the Kiss 92.5 studios in Toronto, Canada.
Are you ready?
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is Roz and Mocha.
it's Roz and Mocha. What's going on?
Hey guys, this is Bruno Mars.
This is Selena Gomez.
The Chainsmokers.
Lady Gaga.
Calvin Harris.
Celestia Cara.
This is Ed Sheeran.
You're listening to my boys Roz and Mocha.
Roz and Mocha.
My boys Roz and Mocha.
The Roz and Mocha Show.
Between Roz and Mocha, who is your favorite?
Mocha. Mocha. You guys are so funny, man.
Congratulations, Lisa! Wow!
You just won $1,000.
That is amazing. Y'all just made my entire morning. Keep it up.
You guys are awesome, man. This is the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
Jose.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
It's Jose.
What?
Hello?
Jose Lara. It's Jose. I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Hold up. Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to both of you guys. I wanted to ask you guys both questions. I wanted to ask you questions.
What?
Both questions.
What? Your phone's cutting off.
No, it isn't. It's Jose Lara. It's Jose.
My sister Laura?
No, Jose Lara.
My sister Laura. Yeah, I have a sister named Laura.
No, Jose.
No, Laura. That's how you spell it.
Jose.
Who?
Josie.
It's Jose. Jose Lara. I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Huh?
Roz and Mocha, I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Yeah, we're Roz and Mocha.
It's Jose. Jose.
I can't hear anything, man.
Me neither.
Hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you guys.
What?
Huh?
It's Jose.
Jose!
What do you want this time?
I'm not here to bother nobody. I just wanted to ask a question.
What?
Okay, when you guys were young, have you guys ever snoken out of the house to get some snacks when you guys were young?
Did you say snoking?
Like, no, I mean sneaking out. I mean, like sneaking out of the house.
What did you say? What did you say?
I meant to say...
No, I don't care what you meant to say. What did you say?
I said I'm snoking out of the house. Sneaking out of the house to get some snacks.
Did you ever snoking out of the house?
No. Okay, let me rephrase that.
Yeah.
What I'm basically saying is, have you ever snoken?
I don't.
Okay. I don't know how to say this. Okay, I'm gonna say. I'll just say.
Go ahead.
No.
Let's use your words. Let's work through this together as a team. Okay. What did you rephrase the question or repeat the question?
I mean, have you ever got out of the house to get some snacks when you were younger? Have you ever got caught when you were young? Has anybody got caught like that when they were young? Because I've been thinking in my head, because I don't know, I seen a lot, I don't know, I've been seeing this all over social media, all over the place. I see little...
Of what? Of kids doing what?
Snoking?
No, getting snacks. I'm eating food, eating food.
I don't know.
You see kids on TikTok eating food? What's wrong with that?
I don't know. They never get caught. I just came up with a random question. I just came up with a random question.
Yeah, you came up with a random word too.
You snuck that in real quick.
That's a whole new word. No, I've never been caught snoking.
What's the word called?
What you want to say is, have you ever been caught being sneakily?
Yes, that's what I was trying to say.
Jose.
No,
I haven't.
Me, I've been caught multiple times when I was young.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys every day. I listen to you guys. I don't sleep. I usually up till 6 in the morning listening to you guys. You guys are my number one fan.
Yeah. Were your number one fans?
Yes, I was the number one fan. I think I listened to you guys for 8 years now.
Yeah, you're the best, man.
Thanks, Jose. We love you, bro.
Love you too, guys.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Do you remember at one point when Gangnam Style by Psy was the biggest, most viewed video on YouTube?
Yeah.
I think it was the first video to hit 1 billion.
I think so.
It is no longer, obviously, that. Gangnam Style by Psy is sitting at 4.16 billion views.
Jesus.
Baby Shark is still the most viewed on YouTube, 9.2 billion. Despacito is in at number 2 with 7.5. Then you got a bunch of other kid-related songs that are on there. There's a new entry this week, Roz, into the past 1 billion. it's actually sitting at 3 billion views on YouTube right now.
Oh, like
And
did it
it's a song-
just get?
It just hit 3 billion.
Jesus.
Hold on, let me just look up. I totally forgot to see when this was released. 2005, this track was released. And it only now hit 3 billion views on YouTube.
How long ago did it hit 1 billion though? Like a while ago. You have to imagine, right?
No, like just like recent. Oh, 1 billion?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
like
okay.
a while ago.
Okay.
And the music video, it's an animated music video. Okay.
Okay.
And the song is so dumb.
Oh.
But it just hit 3 billion views on YouTube.
Hit me.
And it's this one.
What's
going on?
What song is this?
You remember this song?
Ding, ding.
Crazy Frog, Axel F.
No.
Don't tell me. This
I know Axel F.
Yeah,
I know
but
the
you don't remember
piece
this
of
song?
music. No, I am not one of the 3 billion.
You're not any of the 3 billion
I am
that
not,
watch us on YouTube.
I am not any of the 3 billion. No. No, definitely not one of the
This
3
is a
billion.
stupid
This
song.
is a maddening piece of garbage.
So at the height
An
of its
absolute
popularity
maddening
back
piece
in the
of
day,
garbage.
this completely missed you.
Yes.
Like it was never in your stratosphere whatsoever.
No.
And this stupid little frog?
No, I was never. No, and this never penetrated my world. Like the dumb songs that did penetrate my world were things like. I can't with this. I can't. What's the one that now this is screwing me up? God, what's that one song that was like
She Bangs by William
No,
Hung?
not She Bangs by William Hung, you jack. No, this is in my head, I'm never going to be able to think about it. It wasn't it's not. This kind of reminds me of I'm Blue. You know that
A
song?
little bit, yeah.
Right?
Totally.
It sort of reminds me of who's that? Eiffel what?
65.
Eiffel 65. God, remember people would dance. Oh, I can't with this song right now. This is no, there's another song that now I have. This is all I have stuck in my head right now. I can't even think. If you asked me to hum a Drake song right now, I'd go. This is like right up there with like What Did the Fox Say, right? Like where it's just ridiculous.
Novelty.
Or novelty. God, there's another song I'm thinking of that was sort of like that. Don't pump it up. What song, Maury? What? No, you gotta tell me. I'm not potting you up. No, what song? No, what song? What song is it?
Tell us what it is.
No, I don't want to listen to Blue.
Okay, so now
They're too similar, those two songs.
Now that this is done, what's the song you were thinking of?
Oh, stop it. Oh my God.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Okay, so we were just talking how
Stop it.
Crazy Frog, Axel F, hit 3 billion views on YouTube. And we're getting a ton of texts. People saying, yes, I am included in that 3 billion because my kids love this song.
Yeah, it's anybody who was a child.
A lot of other people, OMG, that was awful. Thanks for playing Crazy Frog. What a banger.
I don't even know anybody would know the name of this thing as being Crazy Frog.
Somebody said, how does Roz not know this song? He must be lying. He knows. Everybody knows Crazy Frog. And you were saying how this reminds you of something else.
Yeah, but I couldn't think of it while it was in my head. Like it's sort of the same, like, but it's very difficult because it's so similar to what that little frog is saying that it was difficult for me to just even get the tune of it in my head.
And a bunch of the suggestions we got from people, they're saying it's the hamster song, which it's not.
No.
It's very similar. It's not the hamster song that you're thinking of.
No.
But then as you started humming it when we were playing the last song just now on the radio, tell us if it's this one.
Yes. What's the song called? What's a chacaron?
Act like you don't know.
Here, listen to this part. This. Doesn't that sound like the frog only slowed down? I don't even know what he's saying. We could be speaking incredible profanities right now. I have no idea.
Think he knows what he's saying.
No, okay. It's just gibberish, right?
Yeah, that's El Chombo, Chacaron. So that's the song that you
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
It was discovered that if you listen to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast at half speed, the conversations sound like they're being had by a couple of drunk people.
Yeah, like
we
wasted.
Sound wasted.
Like the most drunk.
And ever since this discovery has been made, Roz and Mocha fans have been submitting to us their timestamps of conversations that have happened where they're like, if you slow this part down, you guys sound drunk.
And they scour the podcast for specific conversations that would sound way better with us being drunk. Maury.
So this started from a listener, Josie Crean.
Is that who it was?
Who sent this in this year.
She was the first one. Josie Crean. Thank you.
Shout out to you, Josie. Thank you very much. So first up is titled Roz Hurt Himself.
Oh, no.
And this came to us from Roz and Mocha fan D. Enzel.
Am I the only one where I get hurt all the time and I don't know how I hurt myself? Right.
So let's go through your day yesterday.
I don't know but you see these things right here in my hand? Like, I don't even know if you can see it, right?
Yeah.
There. I get two
that looks
cuts.
like a burn.
No, like two cuts last weekend.
Oh, it's a cut.
I was just doing stuff. Like doing stuff. I wasn't even outside. I was just in the house doing stuff. And I looked down at my hand.
Yeah, but you cook a lot and you use a lot of utensils.
I wasn't even cooking. It was, I didn't even know what I was doing.
Do you have
I was
poor
just
motor
doing,
skills?
Poor what?
Motor skills? Like, do you drop stuff?
Like what? Like I can't use a fork? Right? Like I'm a spoon only kind of guy? For fear I might hurt myself?
Stab yourself with a spoon? That's what happens when you listen to our podcast at half speed.
Oh my God.
Certain conversations sound more ridiculous than they do at normal speed. This next one comes to us from Brienne, and she heard this.
That's a whole new show.
She heard this on episode 241 of the Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Play, Frequency Podcast Network, by the way. And this was April Fools is the title of this one, Roz.
Okay.
Michael Strahan famously gap tooth, right?
Yeah, huge.
Huge gap.
Yeah.
That's his thing.
Uh-huh.
So I guess the story goes that he went to a guy named Dr. Lee Gauss at Smile Design Manhattan and explained his thoughts and got a temporary removable dental piece that gives him the appearance of not having a gap between his teeth.
Oh, really?
But a lot of people are saying that this may be a April Fool's joke that he's doing.
Yes.
But it's not April Fools yet.
Yo, this is so funny.
Oh, for God's sake.
Thank you, Brienne. Thank you, D. Enzel.
And if you want to go through the podcast anytime you find something that may sound great, slowed down or whatever, I don't know, screen record it, or I don't know how people even do that. I don't even know how we get them. I wouldn't know how to do it. Do that, right?
Do the thing.
Do that, like, I don't know.
Make the phone do the thing.
Yeah, like make the phone do the thing, man. And then, like, I don't know.
DM it to us.
I was going to say copy and paste, but that's not the right.
Yo,
Just
you can
like,
DM it to me.
thank you.
I'll handle it,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, I don't want that in my inbox.
Don't send any of the tech stuff to Roz. DM it to me.
Yeah.
Mocha Frap,
Thank you.
MochaFrap on Instagram. Just DM it to me. And we'll do more of these. And thank you very much again for sending those. Denzel and Brienne.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Girl, let's talk Grays. So there's a brand new book out called How to Save a Life, the inside story of Grey's Anatomy.
So good.
Wow.
That's a great title.
And inside the book, one of Grey's producers, a guy named James D. Harriet, shed some light on Patrick Dempsey's shocking exit from the series.
Okay.
Quote, there were HR issues. It wasn't sexual in any way. He sort of was just terrorizing the set. Some cast members had all sorts of PTSD with him.
What?
This is all from the book, How to Save a Life, the inside story of Grey's Anatomy. He goes on to say, he had this hold on the set where he knew he could stop production and scare people. The network and studio came down, and we had sessions with him. I think he was done with the show. He didn't like the inconvenience of coming in every day and working, and he and Shonda Rhimes were at each other's throats. Wow. They go on to say, a lot of the complaining, I think Shonda finally witnessed it herself, and that was the final straw. Shonda had to say to the network, if he doesn't go, I go.
Whoa.
Nobody wanted him to leave because he was the show, him and Ellen. Patrick is a sweetheart, and it messes you up, this business. And then they go on to say, the upcoming book also quotes Patrick Dempsey, where he was talking about what it was like working on Grey's Anatomy. He says this, it's 10 months, 15 hours a day, and you never know your schedule. So your kid asks you, what are you doing on Monday? And you go, I don't know, because I don't know my schedule. Doing that for 11 years is challenging, he said. But you have to be grateful because you're being well compensated, so you can't really complain because you don't really have the right. You don't have control over your own schedule, so you just have to be flexible. And then they go on to say that the chemistry, of course, between Ellen Pompeo and Patrick Dempsey, like they were the show. And it was shocking when they killed Patrick Dempsey. Like nobody was expecting when they killed off Patrick
Spoiler
Dempsey.
alert, if you're just thinking of getting into Grey's now.
They go on to say there were times where Ellen was frustrated with Patrick, and she would get angry that he wasn't working as much. She was very big on having things fair. They go on to say she just didn't like that Patrick would complain that I'm here too late or I've been here too long when she had twice as many scenes in each episode as he did.
Ooh, juicy.
So, yeah. So he was like a holy terror on set. But it's interesting because after they fired him, they brought him back last season. In Meredith's COVID fever dreams when she was on the beach. Like they brought him back.
Was it only for that one scene?
It was like 2 episodes, I think.
Okay,
but it was only for those
dream
scenes,
sequence.
the sort of dream sequences.
Damn.
So anyway, so that's a new book. If you are a Grey's fan, apparently it sounds like to me there's a lot of dirt in there.
Bombshell.
How to Save a Life, the inside story of Grey's Anatomy.
Wow.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Isn't it the last weekend of summer?
It is.
Yeah, like
Autumn.
officially kind of thing, whatever.
Autumn arrives on Wednesday.
Excuse me.
Autumn.
You say that like you've never said that word before.
Because I'm not used to saying it.
Say it again.
Autumn.
Say it again.
Autumn.
I've never heard anyone say it that way before.
Because I don't say the word often. I always say fall.
Use it in a sentence.
Wednesday is the first day of autumn.
You say it like it's I don't know. It's you say it like English isn't your first language, right? Like you learned how to pronounce autumn by reading how to pronounce
autumn. How do you say it? Say it again.
Autumn.
Autumn.
Yeah. Now you say it?
Autumn.
You know what you do? You say it like a butler would in like a horror movie, right?
No, but the way you say the word, it sounds like it's the start of a word and you just didn't finish whatever the full word is.
Right.
Say it again.
Autumn.
Yeah, it sounds like there's more to the word.
I'm saying it right, though. You're not saying it right.
Because I don't normally say it.
Say it again.
Wednesday is the first day of autumn.
You know what that's like?
What? That's why I just say fall.
No, yeah. No, you say autumn in the way that somebody would say autumn who also says schedule.
Schedule.
Like,
schedule.
It sounds very proper the way you say autumn.
Yeah.
Like you are very deliberately.
Anyone that says schedule is an idiot.
But you're very deliberately pronouncing autumn in a way that seems to me like a troll job.
Wednesday is the first day of autumn. Because I don't normally say the word. It's fall.
Okay. What if you knew like a person? Like what if there was like a girl whose name was Autumn?
Yeah.
You would say, I'm going out tomorrow with my friend.
Autumn. Now, if I knew her for a really long time, where I would be saying her name a lot, then maybe I'd say it the other way.
Autumn.
Yeah, but because I don't say the word often.
Right.
Because I only say fall.
Right. Like if you told me right now that you were going out with your friend named
Autumn.
Named
Autumn.
To me, I would think that is like a girl made out of wood that you built in the garage. Right? Like to me.
Like a female Pinocchio?
Yes. like that seems like a project as opposed to a real person.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Wednesday is the first day of
autumn.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly what I said. Autumn.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast. Roz and Mocha's Hell of a Story.
How are you, Abbie? It's Roz and Mocha.
Hi, Roz and Mocha. How's it going?
Good. Abbie, where are you from?
I'm speaking to you from London, but I'm originally from Poland.
Okay. So you were in the position that you were single for a long time, and like a lot of other women your age, I imagine you went through all of the options you had to date available to you, right?
I'm not sure I've been single a very long time. I date a lot, and unfortunately, and this is from a cis hetero woman perspective, but a lot of the men are trash.
When you say guys were trash, when you started to realize guys were trash, give us some examples of the trash that you were faced with.
You know, people who just want to like have a side trick. They're like, I think statistically, like on Tinder, something like 65 or 70% of men on Tinder are not single, like really single. Oof. So they have like a wife, or maybe they're separated, quote unquote, but they're only separated on the weekends and the wife doesn't know. So there's just a lot of like
wow.
So
But here's the thing is that you managed to sort of make your way out of this woods of dating douchebags, and I think that this is what makes your story so wonderful, and what makes it a hell of a story, and what I think that people are so interested in, because they may sort of want to follow your roadmap. So how did you find this guy that you are now currently with and feel so strongly about?
I have like a funny Instagram. I post like funny videos on Instagram, and I started posting jokes about how, you know, like dating is and basically men suck, and like it would be better to get abducted by aliens and date an alien than to date Earthmen. And then one night, I was getting ready for bed, and suddenly I had this like sudden urge to like look out the window, and my window was slightly open. Suddenly I just felt this like hot energy around me, and I saw this green light. The green light was coming from the spacecraft that was outside my window. The light beamed me up into the UFO. When I got there, I was obviously like not. I wasn't sure what to think, because I'm not a believer.
Abbie.
Yeah.
So this spacecraft, right? You saw the green light. The spacecraft's outside your window. The beam hits you and pulls you out of your apartment, out of your condo unit. And in that moment,
out of my window.
In that moment, what are you doing? Are you screaming? Are you yelling for help? Or do you just like give in to the beam?
No, you can't, because it's like they were already communicating with me telepathically, because that's how they communicate. So I already had communication. nothing, just to stay calm that everything is going to be okay. And I felt this like calmness in me, and I didn't like, it was like this like love and light in me. And I knew that I shouldn't be afraid, although like my mind was racing, but like my whole body was completely relaxed.
Is your new boyfriend an alien?
Yes.
Is your new boyfriend like the captain of the ship? Or
Yeah,
did they take you to their planet and then it was like Alien Bachelorette where you got to choose like from a bunch of dudes or aliens?
No, it's not like that. They're like, he was a gentleman, because what happened is I kept thinking about aliens so intensively that like I communicated with my mind into the universe, and they heard me telepathically talking about how I want to date an alien. So they were like, okay, let's go.
So what happened on the ship? Like, did you guys make out?
Yeah, but like I couldn't touch him because, first of all, like it was like awkward at first because they were like, you don't know us, but like we heard you talk, and like they had this like grayish humanoid form, like light green grayish, I'd say.
Okay,
and
so it looked like a human being. It looked like a man, like with hair, eyes, 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 feet, all that, 2 hands.
No. He looked like those aliens you see like in popular
like long, strangly arms.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with long, strangly arms, Mocha.
Sorry, Ross.
Okay. Don't shame me.
Yeah, you shouldn't be exactly. Like, I'm super body positive. All bodies are good, especially alien tall.
Okay,
like alien bodies are fine.
Wow. What's his name?
He doesn't have a name, and I wouldn't be able to tell it. Like, not like he doesn't have a name like we understand it. I wouldn't be able to tell you his name anyway.
Okay, but can you tell us this? Is his name more like something like Xenothau, or is it like Doug?
It's not Doug.
Okay.
Definitely not Doug.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how many times have you guys seen each other since you met on that ship?
We've seen each other 3 times. He comes to see me because I obviously don't have the technology to go see him.
The question is this, though. Here's where I worry for you, Abbie, is that I think that maybe you may be getting yourself into a situation where this is another guy that is only single when he's on Earth. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. You don't know how many alien wives? Like, what if he's in a relationship up there on his planet?
Yeah, you don't know.
No, but see, that is precisely the point of me dating an alien, is because aliens aren't like, they don't have the same concerns humans have. They don't lie. They don't know how to lie. They don't understand lies. That's why they came to see me, because they felt that like I was so heartbroken by the human condition that they wanted to cheer me up.
Have you talked to them and asked, like, what do they think of humans? Like, if you've said that they've come to visit Earth so many times, what do they think of us?
We're not considered to be the smartest species.
Idiots. You can just say it. They think we're all idiots.
Yeah, like they really look down on us. So it's like, it's very controversial.
Right. So I will say this, and I know that this sounds nuts to people, but if we've learned anything over COVID, it's that spacecrafts are real. Mm-hmm. They have declassified all the paperwork. We should not be surprised about this. We can no longer call you crazy like people could 20 years ago. It's been confirmed by pilots and by military staff and people in the Navy and the government that these sort of crafts do exist. So this is not the shocking part. But I think the shocking part is that your advice, if I'm getting this right, to any woman who is in your sort of same situation where you were tired of dating douchebags, your advice to those women would be find yourself an alien.
Oh, for sure.
Okay.
100%. Not just women, but everyone, like all people need to date aliens. Interspecies dating is the future. I have to say, I don't know if I can say this, but the sex is like a million times like superior to anything anyone.
Is it out of this world?
Yeah, it's literally it is literally out of this world. It's heaven.
All right.
Abbie Bella, you are absolutely fantastic. Thank you. And I gotta say, that is one hell of a story.
Thank you so much.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is...
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Marissa, it's Roz and Mocha. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So, problems in the friend department, huh?
Just a tad.
What happened?
My best friend is ghosting me because I missed her baby shower.
Your best friend's ghosting you because you missed her baby shower. It says, Roz and Mocha Fix My Life. I really wasn't feeling well that day. Now she refuses to talk to me, and she's even taken me off all her social media. But here's the thing. For her gift, I made her custom baby vans. So they just came in yesterday, and I have no idea what to do with them. I want to drop them off on her porch with a note, but if she's not going to appreciate them, I don't know what to do. So now what?
So is this like the only reason why this girl has cut you out of her life is because you missed her baby shower? Or were there like problems in your friendship before?
No, it's just the baby shower. I talked to her the day before.
How long have you been friends?
28 years.
28 years. Okay.
Like since kindergarten.
And is she married?
Yes.
So were you at the wedding?
I was in her wedding party and did a speech.
Okay. So close friendship. You guys have been friends since you were kids. Close friendship, at her wedding, in her wedding party, did a speech at the wedding. And normally you guys communicate how often?
At least once to 3 times a week.
And then she has a baby shower. And did you have a job at the baby shower?
No, I didn't. I offered to help. I offered to help many times with her mom, but her mom and her mother-in-law had it covered. I woke up that day and I was not feeling well at all.
Did you text her or call her?
Yeah, I texted her. I called her. She didn't answer. I figured she was getting ready. So I texted her twice and texted her sister.
And she didn't text you back?
No. So she never texted me back. I tried to call her after the baby shower. I tried to call her on the Monday because it was on Sunday. And I didn't get any answer until I got a text saying, like, I don't want to talk to you. I'm disappointed. Respect my decision that I don't want to speak or don't want to have a discussion about this.
Damn. And did you talk to her sister about it?
No, her sister never messaged me back, and I didn't say anything else.
So nobody on her side, like you haven't had a conversation or been able to have a conversation with anybody on her side about this?
No, the only thing I responded to that text message saying, like, all I can do is apologize. I'm so sorry. I got you this gift, and I do want to put it on. Like, I want to give it to you when it comes in. I know you're going to say don't worry about it, but it's custom, and I made it for you, and I want to give it to you.
When was the baby shower?
August.
Okay, so recently.
Weekend in August. Yeah.
So there was. I'm having a hard time with there not being 1 ounce of understanding that during COVID times you felt that you were too sick to go sit in a room full of people, and there wasn't an ounce of understanding that may just be the right decision.
That's where I'm at.
Damn. And what are these custom? These are sneakers you got?
Yeah, I got toddler Van shoes, and I made them in our elementary school colors, which was aqua and black, because that's where our friendship began.
Wow.
And then on the heels, I had the baby's initials sewn.
Wow.
Oh, man, that's super nice.
When you guys have had disagreements over the years, what have they been about?
Honestly, it doesn't happen often, so I couldn't even tell you the last argument we got into.
So something happened. Like does she have all new friends? Does she think you're lame? Does her husband flirt with you? Does she think that you've wronged her in the past and this was the last straw? Like what? Like I'm trying to put the pieces together here.
That's what I'm trying to do too, because it's such a lot for something that I had no control over. But there's nothing. Like, we talked 3 times that week.
So if the question then is, like, if the reason she's not talking to you, if that's a mystery and you try to communicate and she's not even writing you back, then I guess the question then becomes, what do you do with the baby shoes, right?
Yeah.
I would drop them off. I'd write the note you wanted to write at the very beginning. I wouldn't mention any of the sort of recent history that's gone on between the two of you. I would write the card the same way you would have written it had you made it to the baby shower that day, and I would just drop it off without mentioning anything.
Okay, that's what I wanted. That was what I was leaning towards.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of hurt myself.
Of course you are.
Yeah.
Of course.
And you're allowed to be.
Yeah, you're allowed to be.
What about her? Is it her husband, her boyfriend?
Her husband.
Okay. Have you talked to him?
No, I haven't.
Oh, damn.
No.
Yeah, just drop off the gift, leave it at that, and see if she reaches out.
Don't call the husband. That's when affair rumors start happening. You know what I mean?
Oh,
yeah. Me and her husband get along, but it's not like we text each other.
Don't tell her. Don't tell her.
Yeah, don't put that in the card. don't put that in the card. Don't say.
Congrats, and also tell your husband to say hi.
Yeah, don't do. I wish we could talk because I really like your husband.
No.
Don't write that in the card. But no, write the don't mention any of this. Don't in the card. Don't say, hey, wish we could talk. I miss us. Don't do any of that stuff. Write the card that you would have given to her on that day had you been there.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Just
okay.
like like you guys have been friends. There's been no disruptions. Just write that card.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
I think that's your best play. And then you at least feel that you've done everything.
Right.
Does that help, Marissa?
A lot. They showed up this week, and I haven't even unboxed them. They're holding my door open right now.
Oh, girl.
Yeah.
All right, drop them off.
All right.
Okay, love.
Thank you, Marissa.
Thank you, guys.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
On Kiss.
I made a chimichurri for the first time last night.
Remind me what a chimichurri is.
Okay, so chimichurri is like what they put on sort of like, if you ever go to like a South American or like Argentinian sort of steakhouse, it's that green, it's you chop up parsley and oregano, and then you put that in a bowl and you squash some garlic and turn the garlic into a paste, and you throw that in there with salt and pepper, a ton of olive oil, and red wine vinegar.
Oh, so like that green,
The
like a green paste.
stuff. Yeah, the green paste that goes on.
okay.
I made one of those for the first time last night with tons of garlic, and I'm so gassy right now.
Oh,
it was so
no.
delicious. I went to the butcher and I was like, I walked over to the steaks because I desperately wanted a steak last night, and I wasn't happy with any of them. Like I can't go to. I'm incapable of going to the grocery store and just walking up and getting a steak that's already cut because I don't know. I don't know why.
Oh,
I
you're
need
bougie
to,
now.
No, I need to go to the butcher and I just like I
You have
asked
to see them cut it?
Yeah. I need
or
to.
are they just like the pre-cut one? Like they cut it and they put it in the fridge? Right
No,
there
but
for
I
you.
need a specially cut one. Right?
Oh, God, you're
Dude,
one
they
of
have
those.
so many prepackaged ones. They're fine.
It's not fine for me though. I always
But what's
need.
the difference from what the butcher cut for you, right?
Yeah, I needed it thicker.
If you take a tape measure or a
Yeah,
ruler,
yes.
and measure out what you got the butcher to
Right.
cut for you,
Yes.
compared to what they already have in a
Correct.
little display fridge for you,
Yes.
compared to what they have at the grocery store,
Right.
What is that difference?
I would say realistically last night, like the difference in the meat size was maybe half inch. Maybe
You just
half
want the
inch.
brown paper. You want the specially wrapped meat.
No. It was all like, it looks like you from the grocery store. They just put it through the same machine and put a price on it.
Oh, they don't wrap it in the brown paper?
No, I was at the grocery store.
Yeah, but if you go to the butcher there, they wrap it in the brown paper.
No, they don't. They put it through the same thing. It's the cellophane and everything else. But I'm incapable of buying, it's just nothing is good enough for me. And I don't, I'll go and I'll look and there's infinite meat options in front of me, but I need special meat. Like I have to go and stand and wait to get the guy's attention to get him to give me special meat.
Do they now,
Right.
like when they see you, do they roll their eyes?
No. And here's my thing is that sometimes I think, but this, I don't mind, I don't want to be a pain in the ass to anybody, right? But I also don't mind getting somebody to do the job that they do, right?
But then there's more hands on the meat.
Well, but listen, man, who cares? I'm going to put my hands all over it, right? It's my meat, right?
Rub whatever you want on it.
Yeah, I'm going to rub all sorts of things on it.
When you get home,
yeah.
what you do behind closed doors, that's your business.
Thank you. But I knew that I needed thicker, right? Like I wanted to indulge myself, so I needed.
No.
Listen.
You would not have been able to tell the difference.
Yes, I could.
In the amount of food you ate.
Yep.
For what you had the butcher cut for you versus what you could have just picked out that was on the shelf.
I could have put it behind my back, switched it around, put the meat in front of you. You wouldn't know.
I don't want any meat that you've put behind your back and switched around. Okay? Thank you. Also, couldn't finish it all.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Hello, Roz and Mocha. Who's this?
Hey, it's Alicia.
What's up, Alicia? How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to call and thank you guys for the laughs this morning. It's my first day as a student teacher, so I really needed them this morning.
Oh, wow.
Your first day as a what teacher?
A student teacher.
What grade are you student teaching?
High school.
Oof, what grade in high school? That matters.
They really haven't specified yet because I could be teaching 2 different grade levels, so I'll find out once I get there.
Oof.
Oh, damn. So you don't even know. Now, is this a situation, are you in charge of a class or you are kind of shadowing or helping with another teacher in a class?
I'm shadowing, but at a certain point, I will be teaching the class for 2 weeks straight.
Wow.
Do you have like a preferred grade to teach?
No, but I do have preferred subjects.
Oh, okay. Like
what's your strong suits?
The first one is dance.
Dance?
What?
Yeah, and then the second one is religion.
Dance and religion?
Damn. You know, back in the day, those two things didn't go together, right? You ever watch Footloose?
Yeah, I was just going to say, wheel that big old TV into the room and slap Footloose in on the VCR.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so you want to be a dance and religion high school teacher. To me, that seems very niche.
Well, I mean, the dance programs in high schools, like, they need teachers. They don't have anybody that's truly qualified.
Yeah.
I want to evolve it.
I didn't know that high schools taught dance. Is there a dance program in high schools?
Yeah, there's specific programs for it, like a regional arts program.
Oh, really? You can take dance in high school, huh? I had no idea. Back when I was in high school, you went to the cafeteria on one Friday every 3 months for the dance, and you were on your own.
Oh, that was it.
Like, that was it. There was no training getting you ready for the school dance. There was no formal, like, academic sort of pathway to make sure you crushed it on the dance floor. You were on your own. You practiced in your basement like Napoleon Dynamite. Like, locked in your bedroom.
So, Alicia, what type of dance? Is there like a specific area that you specialize in, or is this like all dance?
I understand. I'm just going to say all dance because I'm personally trained in about like 7 different styles.
Wow.
Damn.
Wow. Joe for Joseph, J for Jesus.
Well, Alicia, good luck. All the best on your first day as being a substitute teacher. We hope it goes well.
Thank you.
Between Roz and Mocha, who's your favorite?
No, I can't answer that.
Well, you know everybody does, so get on with it.
I'm gonna have to say Mocha. His laugh is infectious.
All right. Cool.
Okay?
Yeah, fine.
You need to take one of Alicia's dance classes.
I know.
Make you feel better.
I know.
All the best to you, Alicia. Love you lots.
Thank you.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Let me read to you this apartment rental ad out of Vancouver. And tell me this isn't odd or weird. First of all, it's written poorly. Absolute poor.
Okay.
Grammar and spelling. But this is so weird. And I don't know what the rules are when you are posting that you want to rent property. But I'm sure this breaks so many of them. Okay? So large 2-bedroom, great view. Huge bedrooms, 150 square foot. It says here, big bath, hardwood floor, wide staircase, blah, 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 blah. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Here's where things kind of go off a little bit. Family-oriented duplex, prefer family with kids or who want to start a family. We love kids. Like one other tenant just had a baby and named the baby after me. The landlord is very personal and friendly and lives nearby and brings chocolates to the kids and postcards for Christmas. Easy to talk to and caring. If you don't mind, I can have a drink with you too. Not like a property management company employees. Also, I will show by appointment at your convenience. Send your phone number, your age, your type of work, how long you've lived there, family situation, what kind of food you like, etc. Based on this, I will call you. Don't call me. Family with kids, get $100 off per month, utilities included. That's $500, so you only pay $1,600. Available for October 1st or October 15th or November 1st. Very flexible.
Now, okay. Is that it?
That's it.
Okay. My head always immediately goes to like the dark places, right?
Of course.
I see the worst in people have my whole life.
Mhm.
Okay. So that's immediately where my head goes. But then I have to force myself out of that lane and go towards either incompetence or misunderstanding, which is when you first read that to me, I am like, run.
Absolutely. Do not rent from this place.
Do not rent from this place. Then I start thinking about what if this is somebody who legitimately wants to help, who maybe English isn't their first language, who doesn't know how to properly put words together and genuinely thought that what they wrote was from the heart helping out families.
Like another tenant just had a baby and named the baby after me?
Yes. Yeah. Like, this place is so
Like,
great.
you made
We
that
get along
much-
so great.
You
We're
made
building-
that much of an impact on that family's life.
We're building a community here. This is how great this place is. The other people that live here, they like it here so much, they named their kid after me. Right? Like...
No.
Yeah.
No. Also, can I have a drink with you too? No, you may not, sir.
This
Or
is where
ma'am.
you all get along. It's like Melrose Place or whatever the 2021 equivalent of Melrose Place is for people who don't understand Melrose Place. I don't know what that would be. I don't know. Okay. We're building something great here. Okay. West Coast life, family life. If you got kids, I know how much kids cost. If you got kids, we're even going to knock a couple $100 off your rent because I know what it's like to try and find a place with kids. Like, if you read it that way, everything.
Okay, what about the part where it's like, tell me what kind of food you like?
Because I can help. You'd have no idea how good I am in the kitchen. Also, I might need to know if you enjoy foods that smell up the place, because that I will not tolerate.
Thank
okay?
you. I think that's why that question was
that
asked
I
in
won't
the ad.
tolerate. Yes.
That's why.
Right.
Anyway, this is
Yes.
an ad for rental property in Vancouver.
Also, I would dial back the people come to the house to give your kids candy.
Thank
right?
you.
I would dial that part back a little bit. Although it could be like our landlord. The landlord is so great. Like, the man comes over with Christmas postcards, which is weird. I've never seen one of those before. With Christmas postcards.
See, when you break it down, doesn't it, the whole thing sound... No, you're trying to convince yourself that this is a great place to rent.
No, also, don't rent from these people.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Welcome back to the Roz and Mocha Show. Deeper for show.
I got an applause. This is so lovely.
Deepa has been away for like 3 weeks. You got married over the Labor Day long weekend.
Yes.
Welcome back. Let us talk about your wedding.
Yes, please.
We want to know everything. How was it? It was like how many days? Like 3 days
Yeah.
of celebration. Tell us everything that went down.
Yeah, it
how's your
was-
husband Talal?
But not everything.
Okay, no, from the beginning to end, I'm going to go through every
On
small
day
detail.
one, I woke up at 5:30.
Yeah. No, it was lovely. I'm going to be honest, like leading up to it, I was so freaking stressed because everything kept changing. Everything felt so last minute because we planned this for like a year and a half ago, changed the date 4 times. Then with COVID, all the like guest numbers changed like 3 weeks before the event. We're like, what the heck are we going to do? But I feel like it went so well. And I think the main thing for us is we told each other before, like, whatever happens, happens. There's no point in like dwelling on this and worrying about everything the day of. So the wedding was September 4th. We did it at Casa Loma.
Nice.
It was so lovely. Hair and makeup started at 3:30 a.m. for me.
3:30?
3:30
What?
a.m.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Yeah?
gosh. I tried to get to bed by like 11, but my mom and I were staying in the same hotel room to get ready. We stayed at the Sheraton Park. We had like this really grand suite. And my mom snores. And you know, me sleeping is so like, I'm a very light sleeper. And I was like, "Kid, are you kidding me right now?" So I didn't want to wake up my mom because she was going to get up the same time I did. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to let her sleep and I'll move to the couch. Moved to the couch.
The
Could
night
not
before
sleep.
your wedding, you had to sleep on the couch. Oh, no.
Yeah, I switched back and forth 3 times. And finally at like 1:30, I was like, Mom, I got an hour and a half. I need to sleep. Can you wake up and go somewhere else or something? So she did that. But 3:30 a.m., hair and makeup started.
That's the kind of time you get up, like when they're making you look like Avatar.
Yeah, totally.
Like,
Okay, I did not look like Avatar. I'll
You
be
have to
very clear.
You have to be on set at like noon.
Yeah, that's way too early.
No, but because like our bridal looks are so intricate, like the hair took 3.5 hours.
But what time were you expected to be finished? Like when did your actual day start then?
7:30 a.m. is when the photographers arrived at the hotel to do like getting ready photos, start getting video stuff. But I had to be at Casa Loma for 9:30.
Okay, so then you and Talal, did you see each other before the ceremony?
No,
you
we-
didn't.
no.
So you went the entire day. Now, were you texting each other or anything?
No, I tried not to.
So you get to the ceremony.
Yes.
And he's out there first?
He's out there first. So before even that, like they had lined us up because for our entrance, like typically for us, we come out to like Tassa drumming. It's a really big thing for our culture. So everyone entered and I was like by myself. The wedding coordinator had me by myself in the middle of like the lobby area of Casa Loma. And then I start getting like overwhelmed because I'm like, oh my God, I've known this dude since I was 11. Like, where has time gone? Like, I'm finally getting married. And I'm crying, and then all these tourists come up to me. They're like, "Hey, can we take a picture with you?" And I was like, I'm just like crying.
You're like, I woke up at 3:30 for this.
Yeah.
I'm crying in these photos. And then finally, like, the coordinator got me. They're like, all right, she has to get married. So I was supposed to walk in with my parents, but I just went blank. Like, as soon as I saw the lull at the end, I was like, oh my God. And I dipped. I left them in the dust. Yeah, basically. And I didn't realize, like, I was just so happy. And then when everyone, like, sent me their Instagram stories afterwards, I was like, oh, crap. I was, like, 6 feet ahead of my parents. I was like, peace out. I'm getting married. And then he was there. And then that's how it all happened.
So what do you guys, how does it go? Do you do, like, personal vows, or how did that all go down?
We were an interfaith marriage. So we did part of the Muslim ceremony as well as part of the Hindu ceremony. So it was really nice that, like, both families got to experience something that they were familiar with.
So if you're not saying something to each other then, do you say something to each other at some point? Like, was it later in the night? Was it, like, did you guys do that thing privately where you sort of did what would be vows, where you talked about how much you mean to each other?
We did letters to each other before the wedding.
What was in his letter?
I read it, like, after the reception, actually, because the photographer had it. And then they're like, oh, crap, we still have your wedding letter. So I read it way later. But
and what did he say?
To be honest, don't remember. But something about, it's been a long time coming. Love
Something
you.
about, right?
The guy that you've known since you're 11.
Something about.
11 years old.
What did you write in yours
I
to
don't
him?
remember what I wrote either.
You don't even know you wrote your own letter to your husband?
I don't remember. But,
I don't believe you at all.
Shem,
I don't believe you at all. You know exactly what you wrote. You know exactly what you
Okay,
wrote.
but I'll be honest. At the reception, we both made speeches. I was an emotional wreck. I couldn't hold myself together because, you thank your families and all this stuff. But I was like, let me talk about my husband. And I was just like, my husband is so great. And then it was just a mess from there.
What did you say, though?
I talked about how, we've been through so many things together, and it was so amazing having a partner by my side who, through all of these challenges, like being an interfaith couple and all that stuff, we were able to work through so many things together, and we were so blessed in that sense to have, like, families who are able to, like, look past differences and come together for something special like this. And just talking about, like, how, our story was, like, all over the place. Like, we went to middle school together, went to different high schools, met in grade 12, kind of liked each other, but then stopped talking for a year and a half. Then we went to university together. So it was just, like, all these signs to me that I was like, the law is the one. And then he ended up being the one. So it was really nice just to celebrate all of that. And now I got another ring.
Yes,
I'm a
you do.
married woman. It's just, like, cool to say my husband. I just, like, pull it out all the time.
Did you make him sleep on the couch during the honeymoon at
No,
any point?
I didn't.
No?
I was like, you may sleep beside me, husband.
You may.
Yeah.
Well, welcome back, Deepa.
Still separate blankets, though?
Still separate blankets.
Yeah. Hey,
that might not change.
So nothing's changed. Welcome back, Deepa, and congratulations.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Welcome to it. It is Montero Day.
Oh, yes, it is.
I don't know if you saw on Lil Nas X's Twitter yesterday, but he had, like, a baby shower for the baby.
For God's sake.
Yeah.
Really?
He had, like, the prosthetic belly and everything. And then he was on the toilet giving birth.
He loves the prosthetics, huh? He did. Remember when he did giant boobs?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he gave birth yesterday.
What do you mean he gave birth? Like on a toilet? Like a teenager at prom?
He was like, I think it's coming out. And it's the album release.
So weird.
He always has to go extra, but that's Lil Nas X. It doesn't surprise me. 15 songs on the album.
I like that number.
41 minutes total.
I like that number too.
And the reason for that is because every song on the album is pretty much 2.5 minutes long. Yeah. Jack Harlow's on the album. Doja Cat's on the album. Meg Thee Stallion is on the album.
Right.
Elton John is on the album.
Yeah, what does that song sound like?
Let me play it for you.
Yeah, because that's the one that I was real curious about. Because on Elton John's new album, he also has a song with Lil Nas X.
Right. So this is called One of Me. Lil Nas X and Elton John.
I like this, I don't like that. Do this here, don't you do that. Say you wanted me, say you wanted me, yeah, yeah. Say you wanted me, say you wanted me, yeah, yeah. I like this, I don't like that. Do this here, don't you do that. Say you wanted me, say you wanted me, yeah, yeah. Say you wanted me, say you wanted me, yeah, yeah. Say you wanted me, say you need the validation. Tell me that you think you on top your last creation. Word on the block is you fell off and I'm just saying, if it ain't no town road, little Nazi, you ain't playing. Just stick to what you best.
So that's called One of Me.
So
on
is
the
that,
Lil Nas
but is
X.
Elton John not on that song?
So here's the thing. It features Elton John. But when you listen to the song, you don't hear Elton John's voice.
What?
Yeah, he's just playing piano on the track. And that's it.
No.
Yes, but he's still credited as a feature. So I don't know if that was part of the deal.
That's a bait and switch, man.
Right? And I don't know if maybe part of the deal of getting Lil Nas X on the Elton John album was you... So what I think is on the Elton John album, you're going to have Elton John's voice with Lil Nas X's voice.
Right.
But I think part of the deal would have been, if you want me to be on your album, I'll only play piano.
Interesting. Because it doesn't, Elton John doesn't strike me as that kind of guy. Elton John strikes me as the kind of guy that's like, you want me to sing a couple lines? I'll sing a couple lines. Call Bernie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It costs $1 million. Miley Cyrus is on the album.
Okay, does she sing or is she playing?
Not the only Cyrus.
Is she like
Lil Nas
beatboxing?
X has teamed up with. This song is called Am I Dreaming?
Every song, every dream filled with hell from beyond. As I'm sinking, I relive the story. Every try, every breakthrough, and every cry. As I'm sinking, I relive the story.
So you're wondering if Miley Cyrus comes in on this song. By the way, Lil Nas X Montero album is out right now. This track features Miley Cyrus. It's called Am I Dreaming? And yes, Shiraz, she does sing.
Thank you.
Tears running dry, shattered inside, but I still got a smile. As I'm sinking, I relive the story. Glitter comes off, battered and blue, but I gotta go on.
I like her voice, man.
Oh, bro, I love Miley's voice.
I rewrite my story.
She's got that raspy, almost raspy, smoky voice.
It's interesting. He's created like a collection of, and I haven't heard them all, but this is a collection of individual pieces of art as opposed to making a hip hop album, a dance album, like whatever it is. Like
He's got
this
everything.
is,
I got to tell you guys, this album
interesting
from Lil
to
Nas
me.
X
Yeah.
is really, really good.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
you get such a big mix.
This
It's
is the
not
way albums
all-
used to be, by the way.
Yeah, it's not
right?
all hip hop. Like there are some rapping songs on there.
Yeah.
But then there's like beautiful singing songs. And Lil Nas X can really, really sing.
Need a boy you can cuddle with me all night. Give me one, let me long, be my sunlight. Tell me lies, we can argue, we can
This is going to be the next single, by the way. It's called That's What I Want. He's got a music video for it and everything.
with the gold teeth, the dark skin looking at me like you know me. I wonder if you got the G or the B. Let me find out and see you coming over to me. These days are way too lonely. I'm missing out, I know. These days are way too alone, and I'm not forgiving, love away, but I want someone to love me.
Yeah, he should be really proud of this. This
Yeah.
is really good. It's
Oh,
really good.
I'm glad you asked whether or not he's proud of this because prior to the album dropping, an interview that he did with Zane Lowe on Apple Music was released. And that exact same question on if he's proud of this work came up.
Congrats, by the way.
Yeah.
Montero, man. It's
thank
like, you must be really proud of that body of work because...
I'm so proud.
Yeah.
I actually committed to that and 100% like gave my all. And, you know, yeah, I can say that.
Yeah.
So there you go. It is such a great mix of...
It's a really good collection of tracks. A really good
songs.
collection.
Yeah. New album from Lil Nas X is out right now. It's called Montero. 15 songs, 41 minutes, a really easy listen, and I think you guys are really going to like it.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
DJ Khaled is trending. I don't know if you saw this or if you saw why. So there's a video that's out right now. And it's DJ Khaled at home, right? And there's a big, like a dinner table. Enough room for 10 people.
Okay.
DJ Khaled is at the head of the table. To his left is Fat Joe.
Joe.
Yep. And then a bunch of people who I can't identify. I don't know who they are. Sitting to the left of Fat Joe. To DJ Khaled's right is Drake.
Okay.
And then there's another person who I don't know. And then I assume on the other end of the table is where Khaled's wife will be sitting. Okay.
Okay.
The table is just full of food. And DJ Khaled is standing there at the head of the table. His wife's next to him. And he is asking the chef. Her name is Melissa. You're going to hear, I'm going to play the audio, right?
Okay.
And say, Chef Melissa, what are we eating tonight, right? So she's going to go through everything that's on this table. Okay? The funny thing is, so as she's trying to do her thing, Khaled keeps interrupting her to the point where it's just DJ Khaled doing his Khaled thing, right?
Yeah.
So just to the point where his wife has to tell him to shush.
Okay.
But listen to this.
Melissa, what do we have for dinner tonight? What do we have for dinner tonight? Chef Melissa. You see the chicken out here. You went all
Lobster
out.
Sorrentino. This is an Alaskan king crab with a lipo butter and anchovy. We have some curry goat, homemade beef patties. This is just a little bit of calamari with a squid and aioli. Mascarpone with roasted cherries and hazelnuts, and also grapes. Polenta, mushrooms, salad, a leg of lamb.
Over there too, huh?
These are Chinese long beans that were just charred underneath the
Chef
stracciatella.
Melissa, what do we have for dinner tonight?
Artichoke salad.
What's this, Chef Melissa? This it smells so truffle.
Coming around this cavatelli with what? Bolognese?
Bolognese,
Chef Melissa.
Chicken
When I told you
parm.
it was coming.
Parm. Brown stew chicken. We got Caribbean Italian.
Wow. Okay, what else?
So hold on here. They got like Jamaican patties and bolognese?
Yeah, and king crab.
And king crab and a leg of lamb?
Yeah, they're
Jesus.
good. Somebody on Twitter said,
I don't know if I would like all those. I don't know if I would like all those flavors together. Like that's sort
maybe
of like
a little something for everybody though, because you may be into the beef patties, but maybe you don't want the bolognese.
Sure.
Right? Maybe you want the king crab, but you don't want the
sure.
lamb.
But that's
right?
like going to
Pretty
a
amount of
buffet,
people.
right? Where when you go to a buffet, you are like, you walk up to the buffet and you're like, God, I would love a little bit of everything. But you never do. You always sort of match your food so you don't get thrown off, right?
And then the meal's ruined when you go back and you try to force yourself to try to have that one thing that maybe you were eyeing before you loaded up plate number one.
Right. Yes.
It's at that point you're like, I didn't really need.
Like I don't want to do turkey and stuffing and a half a bologna sandwich.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like
you just ruin everything on plate one. Right there. You ruin that experience. Somebody on Twitter said Khaled seems exhausting and his wife keeps telling him to shut up. And then people are it's so funny the way people like analyze these videos, right? Because Drake was sitting there next to Khaled, just to Khaled's right.
Yeah.
His cup, whatever it was he was drinking, well, it looked like it was empty or almost empty.
Yeah.
So like there's a ton of comments. People are like, yo, please somebody fill up Drake's cup.
Oh my God.
He's going to be sitting there a while.
So thirsty. There's a lot of salt on that leg of lamb.
Another person said by the time they start eating, it'll be cold.
Yeah.
Because Khaled just keeps interrupting. But he's got to be like,
yeah.
I'm sure he's like this. And I don't know if it's because he knew that they were filming him.
Yeah.
Or if he's just this extra all the time.
Melissa, what do we have for dinner tonight? What do we have for dinner tonight? Chef Melissa. You see the chicken out here. You went all
Lobster
out.
Sorrentino. This is an Alaskan king crab with a lipo butter and anchovy. We have some curry goat, homemade beef patties. This is just a little bit of calamari with a squid and aioli. Mascarpone with roasted cherries and hazelnuts, and also grapes.
Yeah.
Polenta, mushrooms, salad, like a lamb.
Over there too, huh?
These are Chinese long beans that were just charred and underneath the stracciatella.
Listen, what do we have for dinner today?
She's like, I'm working on it, man.
She's like, I'm telling you.
What's this, Chef Melissa? This it smells so
Wait, she's coming
truffle.
around this cavatelli with what? Bolognese?
Bolognese,
Chef
cavatelli,
Melissa.
chicken parm, brown stew chicken. We got Caribbean Italian, guys.
Okay, what else?
So that's what dinner is like at DJ Khaled's house.
Exhausting.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
There's this photo going viral right now from MSNBC, and it's about how to avoid passive-aggressive responses when sending work emails. So it's one of these, instead of saying, per my last email, try saying, I'm following up on the below.
Okay.
Instead of saying, for future reference, say, in case it's helpful. Instead of saying, bumping this to the top of your inbox, say, I know you're busy, but I thought I'd check in on this. Instead of saying, going forward, you should be writing, how about we try doing?
That's a good one. I may implement some of those.
First of all, I don't care when it comes to, I tend to lean, like I passive aggressive. I tend to lean, Maurie's passive aggressive.
Yeah.
I'm either just normal or aggressive.
Is it passive aggressive if you don't know what you're doing?
No,
you know. You
know
fully
what
know.
you're doing. You know exactly know what you're doing. Like I'm aggressive.
Like you don't mean to be.
I'm aggressive, right? I will reply to an email that is long with just the word no. No, thank you if I'm feeling generous.
Oh, wow. Depends on the day.
Yeah, depends on the day. I will reply to long emails that with just a simple no or no thank you. Or that sounds like a you problem.
Oh, good one.
Right? Good one. But passive aggressive is what Maury does. And
All the time.
All the time with the passive aggressive.
But I don't mean to be, is what I'm saying.
do.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. 100% you do.
No, I respond. Like, I'm not like, let me think about being passive aggressive.
No, but your nature is passive aggressive is what I'm saying.
Right, but it just comes to me naturally.
Right, but you don't lean.
Just
but,
said that.
But you don't go. I know, isn't that weird? Right, but you don't lean towards honesty. You lean towards passive aggressiveness.
Well, whatever gets the answer.
But when it comes to being super passive aggressive, you're never going to get the answer that you want because it's so blatant and it turns people off immediately. Right. That's why I go aggressive. I don't go passive aggressive.
But I add like an emoji, like a happy face.
Well, because that helps, right? So instead of saying for future reference, say in case it's helpful with what emoji would go with that?
Like a happy face.
Like a happy face, right. Yeah, because that's not how you do business, man. It's not how you do business. Are you passive aggressive?
I can be.
You can be? Do you going through this list, do you ever write per my last email?
No, I've never written that.
Have you ever written for future reference?
Yes, I have.
You ever written bumping this to the top of your inbox?
No, I don't like that one.
I hate that one.
Yeah, that one annoys the hell out of me.
I hate that one. I also hate, you know what people do now when I get stuff? People will send you an email that's the first email they've sent you, but they format it to look like we've already been having a conversation.
Oh, I've never seen that.
And then the email is like, hey, just doubling back on this, but you've never sent me something before. People will send you emails, okay? And in the subject line, it has RE colon, and then the subject.
To grab your attention.
Yes, right? and then it'll have, hey, just wanted to double back on this. Then it'll have that space where it has their email information, everything else, and then the bulk of their email below. But there is nothing below that from
other transcript.
No other transcripts from them talking to me.
That's
so
dirty.
I think I've missed something. Right? And it takes me a while to realize, no, we have not been talking about this. This is just your way to get me to reply because you then put me in a position to feel that I've missed something.
And then you hit reply and write.
No.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
What advice can you guys give me?
Okay, so my question is,
Got a problem you can't fix?
Roz and Mocha got you.
Courtney, welcome to Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life.
Thanks.
You going through it, huh? For the first time. What's up?
Yeah, my family is moving away without me, and I'm kind of freaking out.
You wrote, it says, Roz and Mocha fixed my life. My mom is moving to PEI and taking my 2 younger sisters with her. I'm overwhelmed, afraid that I'm going to fail staying here. I started my own life. I've been living with my boyfriend for the past 5 years. I went to school on my own, bought a car on my own. I worked 3 jobs and have my own small business to support myself. She keeps asking me to go with her. And of course, I am debating it because they're the only family that I have. Once they leave, I have no one to fall back on or any sort of support system if anything goes wrong.
Well,
How old are you?
I'm 23.
Okay, cool.
And you're already doing all this other stuff solo, right? So you'll still be
Yeah,
able to do that stuff when your family moves away. But I understand that having them in the same city as you right now, like that's your comfort zone, right?
Yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, she's a 5-minute drive.
Oh,
right?
okay.
So if anything happens, I literally drive down the road and I see her, or I see
Yeah.
my sisters and things.
How long you been with your boyfriend for?
About 5 years now.
So how does he feel knowing that you may go out east?
He's trying to do everything he can to keep me here, right? Like,
Yeah.
he bought me an iPad. He bought me things so that I can FaceTime them. Like, he's been a great support system.
But why don't you look at him? Because you had said in your letter to us that you were worried that you were going to lose your support system. And where does he fit into all of this? Like, is he part of your support system or no?
Yeah, like 100% he is. It's just like, if I was to fight with him or fight with his family, because we live with his family, I don't have anybody to run to if I need somebody to talk to, right?
Y'all fight a lot?
No, not,
Oh,
not
okay.
crazy, but he works long hours. He works in construction. So, I mean, he's gone for 13 hours a day.
Yeah.
So whenever I come home from work, I want to see somebody, I go to my mom's, right?
Right. I think that there's 2 things going on here. I think that you are terrified of losing your net.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think that you are not so much feeling like you're being abandoned or your support system. I think that you are worried about being lonely.
I think so too.
And loneliness is a killer. Loneliness is the thing that we fear, and we don't know it. We try and like bottle it up and wrap it up and pretend that it's something else, but it just comes down to loneliness. But if you were, what's your business that you started?
I sell resin products.
Okay. So let's say that you and your resin product company, right? Let's say that somebody really liked what you were doing. And they were like, man, you and me can partner up and we can get this thing and it's going to explode and financially it's going to take care of us and we're all going to be happy. However, I need you and maybe your boyfriend, if he's into it, you guys got to move to Boston. Okay. Would you go?
I think I would go, but I know that he wouldn't.
Okay. But you would go, meaning you would leave your mom.
Yeah.
And let's just say you move out east to be with your mom. What happens? Like, you're not going to be like living there in her home for the rest of your life, right? Like, I assume you wouldn't. You're still going to want to be out on your own, right?
Yeah, I'd want to have my own independence. And
So it's just
do
the
my
comfort of knowing that she's like within the drive, the 5-10 minute drive.
Yeah, exactly.
So you already know that if put in the position, you could make it on your own, right? You already know that. You've already made that
she has
decision.
been
You
for
already
the past how many
No,
years
but
now?
I mean, if you had to move away from them,
Right.
right? If the decision was yours, you already know that you have that in you to succeed without them. What you are going through right now is the fact that you feel like you're being abandoned and that you're going to be lonely. But you already know you can do it on your own. You've already made it up in your mind that if need be, you could do this all on your own without them. You could move away from them.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, so
It's just that feeling that they're
I
leaving.
know, but
Yeah.
guess what? They got their own lives.
Yeah, I know.
You know, part of being in a family and part of wanting, everybody in your family to succeed is letting and supporting other people sort of live out their dreams. And if your mom wants to move to PEI because she just has that thing in her, she's just like drawn to that place, you have to let her go. And not only that, you got to not guilt trip her about it.
Yeah, and I've been trying to be so supportive, and like, it's just hard because I have that 6-year-old sister that I helped with,
of course,
for the past 6 years,
course,
right? So I'm like,
yeah.
I don't want to lose out on her moving and not being able to see her all the time.
It sucks. It sucks. It's hard. It's hard. But you got a life, and you got a guy that sounds like he really loves you.
Yeah, he's great.
Right? You'll make it work. You will absolutely make this work. You have already figured out that you can do this on your own. And you look at what you have, because it sounds like you got a pretty damn good life.
I hope so.
You poor kid. It sucks.
23.
Yeah,
You're going to miss your mom.
Yeah.
It's all
You
good,
are.
though.
You are
It's
gonna
all
miss
good,
your
though.
mom.
Use
Yeah.
that new iPad. FaceTime her every single day. Get on the phone with her every single day.
Yeah, I'm hoping to.
All right?
I hope it works
It's
out.
not like
Thank
she's going to
you.
move. It's not like she's going to move away and forget about you completely or have no time for you. She'll probably want to call you and FaceTime you just as much.
Is your mom moving because you suck and she wants to get like far away from you?
Wow.
She just might be.
Yeah. Like we didn't look at that angle.
I need
Yeah, I mean,
distance.
we just don't see her enough, so she just.
One thing you don't know about Courtney is that she is so clingy. Why do you think your boyfriend works 15 hours a day?
Oh, yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding, Courtney. I'm just kidding. No, just call and FaceTime your mom every day, okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much, guys.
All right, girl. Sending you lots of love. Take care.
Have a great day.
Roz and Mocha's Fix My Life
on Kiss.
I love Ted Lasso,
My favorite show right now.
but that episode on the weekend was not it.
No. Everybody agrees. That was the worst episode.
Don't even know what they did. Don't know what they were thinking.
No idea what the purpose was, where it fit into the overall story.
Yeah.
For a character that is there to support when he can.
Yeah.
Throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Right?
They've lost me on 2 episodes in a row now.
Oh, you didn't even like the last one before?
Here's what I don't like, and I think it's too soon. I think we're only in season 2, and I don't think you need to attach so much meaning to things that don't necessarily need it when you're doing a comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And not that it can't be emotional, because it's a very emotional show. I don't mind all the scenes with like Jamie and his dad coming in and all that stuff. All that stuff is great. But they sort of lost me when they gave Ted the backstory of his father killing himself. Because it changes everything. It changes the way you look at him. Is he now this nice because it's a defense mechanism? Is he this nice? And I know, because they already had a great thing going with him and his wife and the kids and missing the kids. That was a fantastic storyline, which they abandoned this season for the most part. There was no real mention other than a couple of times about his kids back home.
The last time they mentioned it was the Christmas episode,
Yeah.
I think 4 or 5.
Exactly.
Right? That was the last time. And we're already into this week. I don't know if this week is the season finale, but this Friday is going to be episode 10.
Yeah. But anyway, so it did very well at the Emmys last night. Hannah Waddingham won, Jason Sudeikis won, Roy Kent won.
Yeah.
Play a little bit of the Roy Kent acceptance speech. What's the guy's name again?
Brett Goldstein.
Thank you.
I was very, very specifically told I'm not allowed to swear. So thank you, Warners. Thank you, Apple. Thank you, ID. Thank you, the team. To my teammates that I'm nominated with, and all my team. This cast make me sick. They're so good. And I want to say to my mum, my dad, Tara, Matt, Zebby, and Bo, and Beth, I love you. And lastly, I want to say to Jason, Bill, Brendan, and Joe Kelly, thank you for creating this show and for inviting me to be part of it. It has been one of the greatest honours, privileges. I just said that twice, but it's a double privilege. It's the most privileged privilege and pleasures of my life. And this is back. Thank you very much. Thank you.
And Jason Sudeikis winning as well. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love that the show's winning. I want it to come back. I just sort of wanted to get back on track a little bit, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Shawn Mendes on with Stephen Colbert last night, wearing brown bell bottoms and a cardigan. Strong look.
Yeah, but those bell bottoms are like bigger than I've ever seen. Like custom, absolutely.
Yeah, sure. I mean, they
Right?
could be Dior. I mean, that's how. If you ever look at what's his name, how he dresses.
Who?
Oh, don't.
Shawn Mendes?
No. What's that guy's name? Always dresses weird. What? No, not him. Not Harry Styles. The other guy who
Shawn
dresses
Mendes.
even more weird.
Oh.
No. The guy, No, the other guy. He had got long hair.
Shawn Mendes.
No, longer hair and a beard. Jared Leto. Thank you. No, is it Jared Leto? Is that who I'm thinking about? He's also a singer? The Joker.
Yeah. Jared Leto.
Jared Leto, yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah, no, Jared Leto. When you see Jared Leto, he's wearing some whack stuff. But when you actually break down what his outfit is, Jared Leto's
Good one, Jason Momoa.
No, Jared Leto is wearing like $20,000 worth of clothes.
Henry
right?
Cavill.
No,
Is that who you're thinking of?
stop it, you jerk. Anyway, Shawn Mendes was on.
Mendes.
Mendes was on.
we got him tricked up.
Anyway, Shawn Mendes was on with, this is a disaster, Stephen Colbert last night. Play this clip, talking about writing during quarantine.
Last month, you released a new single called Summer of Love. Was the quarantine a creative time for you? Like, were you able to hole up and crank out songs?
No, it was brutal. Yeah, it was absolutely brutal. And I feel
the isolation didn't help. You have to be with other people.
It didn't help. It did help me kind of change the course of what I was writing about. I was writing a lot about Camila. I still wrote a lot about Camila. But I started just like thinking about things I cared about. I have a song called Wonder, and I'm talking a lot about in small ways, big problems. And that was a beautiful thing. And I never probably would have dove into that if it wasn't for being at home.
Joshua Jackson, that's who you think.
No, stop it. Shawn Mendes on social media and what it feels like to sometimes face some criticism.
Do you still, how do you feel about being on social media? Because it can be exhausting.
I have a very, most of the time, hate relationship with social media. I think it's like a beautiful thing when you can rally people together to do something in a positive way. Mm-hmm. It's a beautiful thing when people are saying good things about you. It feels really good.
And when they say bad things about you?
That's the worst.
Wow.
Yeah.
That might happen to me someday. I'm not sure if I'm ready for it, but yeah, it might just happen. It is sad, isn't it? Because we really can have a good experience on there, but it's not like a place for agreement.
No.
It tends to be a place for conflict.
For conflict and for judgment.
Which is kind of a lazy way to communicate pure conflict.
We're way smarter than that.
So what do you do with your time? Like, what do you try to replace that social media time with? Because it's an addictive, it's like a time hole you can fall into.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly wish I could say I'm good at not being on social media, but I'm not. I'm on it all the time. I suck at it. And
do you ever just delete all the apps?
Yeah, all the time. And for like 3 days until I did download them again.
And then you're like Gollum going for the precious.
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, that's who you're thinking of.
No, it's not. You're such a jerk.
Daniel Radcliffe.
No. Did he release tour dates or no? He did not. Oh, because when you listen to this clip, it sounded like they were going to be released last night.
Shawn Mendes, by the way, talking to Stephen Colbert.
Yeah.
You're announcing the tour dates tomorrow.
Yeah.
I do want to point out that technically it is tomorrow right now. This is after midnight.
Nice.
Do you want to drop any hints on where the tour dates are?
Most places.
Okay.
Oh, damn.
You live in one of those most places. Yeah. Keep an ear peeled.
Yeah. So, most places.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Number 43 from your Toronto Raptors, Pascal Siakam.
Wow.
He's back in the city, getting ready for the season. And Pascal hasn't been in Toronto for the longest time.
Right. Where's home base for him? Where does he live? Do you know?
Outside of T-Dot? No idea.
No?
Mm-mm. I just assume ball players have spots in like...
But like America,
yeah, like
right?
the city that they're playing for,
Yeah.
but then other times in either like Miami or LA.
Right.
More so Miami though.
Right. Because it's weird for me because like when you start think like when you think of like hockey players, like so many of them are from like Europe, and so off season for them isn't necessarily hanging out in Canada or the US. They travel the globe.
If you go to Pascal Siakam's YouTube channel, there's a great video where he's kind of like taking a tour, doing his own thing around Toronto for the very first time in a long time. And just visiting different spots. He stumbles across like a basketball court, see a couple of kids playing, and decides to hoop in with them, right?
Awesome.
But the funniest part of the video is Pascal Siakam getting onto a streetcar, TTC streetcar, and bypassing like the Presto tab and just standing there thinking that to take the streetcar is no charge. He thinks that it's free.
Oh.
Listen to this.
Oh, man. Oh, you got to pay for this? For real? Trying to see if I can pay. I haven't been on one. It's my first time. Crazy. That's different. But I like it. I like people's vibe. I feel like people don't bother nobody. I like it. Everyone's just chilling in their business trying to get out. Just want to get that real feel. That's all. That's all I'm looking for, man. Real Toronto, man. Take the streetcar. People don't even know it's you. Yeah, they don't know it's me. I like it, though. And so they don't even expect me to be here. But guess what? We're here.
He's lucky he didn't get a ticket.
Yeah. How much is a streetcar now? $3.
Why so shocked?
I don't know. I mean, yeah, of course. It's $3.
That's Spicy Pete. You can see that on his YouTube channel. He's so shocked.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
All right, here we are, y'all.
Here we are, y'all. I like that. Hey, Mocha. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do the news.
A Roz and Mocha Show and Kiss 92.5 News Break.
Jennifer Aniston was doing the, Rob Lowe, everybody's got a podcast, huh?
Yeah.
Rob Lowe has a podcast. So Jennifer Aniston was talking to Rob Lowe on his podcast about what it was really like doing the Friends reunion. So here's Jennifer Aniston.
We didn't know what it would look like. I mean, we'd been hearing about it for a long time. We knew that people wanted it. Fans really wanted some kind of a reunion. But I unwrap a perfectly packaged, leave it where it was. Let's not disrupt it. But I think it really took us all down way harder than we anticipated.
Really?
Oh, for sure. Because in your mind, you think, oh, this will be really fun to time travel. It turns out, ooh, ouch. It's kind of hard to time travel because you're going back to a time. And mind you, it is, when I say the set was put back exactly, it was the exact same everything, down to the little tchotchkes on the shelves and little tiny things that had been in a storage space for this whole time.
Crazy.
All of a sudden, here you are. And, 16 years, a lot has gone on for each of us. And then, so going back there, it's nostalgic in a way that's kind of also a little melancholy.
And you sort of got that when you watched it. Like,
Oh,
it
big
wasn't
time.
like, oh my God, this is amazing when they all walked in. It was,
There's that
like,
one scene where they're walking around the apartment, the
Yeah,
set, and they're
yeah.
like analyzing, like even the beam
Yeah.
that was separating or in between like the living room area and like the kitchen.
but it didn't
right?
look happy. Like it didn't, like they weren't, like nobody walked in and was like, oh my God,
no,
this
no,
is
no, no.
so great. Like they all sort of had this, like they were all kind of in like a state of almost shock and I
Yeah,
guess
it was
melancholy, which
super
is
weird.
exactly what she said.
The Roz and Mocha Show
Podcast.
Grimes, who is the partner of Elon Musk, and their son, who I believe they call, what do they call him? Ash, but he has that name, XAEA12 kind
Yeah.
of thing. So she revealed in an interview with Vogue before the Met Gala that the son doesn't call her mom or mommy. The son calls her Claire, her real name.
What?
Yeah.
No.
What would happen to you at home if you ever called your mom her real name?
I got smacked across the head.
Would you, Shem? What happened if you ever called your mom by your first name?
Yay, not good.
Not good, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm not going to ask you more.
I don't have a mom.
Okay. Wow. See, I didn't
You're the
say
one that
that.
said it. You said
I
it,
didn't,
Maury.
I didn't try and exclude
said
you,
it.
but you're the one
normally
that...
try to
right?
include you in conversation,
I
but
didn't
we
know
knew.
what am I supposed to say?
Not
Thank
that we
you.
were just trying to be
Nothing, man.
sensitive to the
Yeah,
situation.
I was trying to be sensitive. I didn't want you to feel excluded. But
Did you
what-
ever try that move, calling your mom by her first name?
Yeah, it was fine. I
It
didn't
was
grow.
fine?
I don't grow up in a
Yeah.
Guyanese household. You know what I mean?
Yeah, ass whoopings and everything. Right? What you call me?
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Emmy Awards last night. Couple of the big headlines. The Handmaid's Tale set the record for the most Emmy losses in a single season. There's a new champion. That's got to be a terrible headline to read. They had 21 nominations, lost every single one of them.
Oh, no.
That beats the previous record held by Mad Men. back in 2012 when they were nominated for 17 and lost every single one of them. Only 3 shows earned more nominations than The Handmaid's Tale, and that, of course, was The Crown, The Mandalorian, and WandaVision. WandaVision, another big story, shut out at the Primetime Emmys. And even though it's sort of genre-y and it's Marvel-y, people still thought, Catherine Hahn should definitely have won Best Supporting.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Olsen was just incredible, and also Paul Bettany, but all of them shut out at the Emmys.
Yeah, but look at the comp. Not saying the show wasn't good. I loved it, right?
Yeah.
But competition-wise.
But that performance, though, like Elizabeth Olsen was so good in that show.
Sure.
Yeah.
But given the choice, I would watch Ted Lasso over WandaVision.
Sure. Yeah, but even Catherine Hahn, though, like it's tough. It's tough. A couple of the other big surprises: Tobias Menzies of The Crown beating out Michael K. Williams for the Best Supporting Actor. Kate Winslet in Mare of Easttown. A lot of people were saying that Anna Taylor-Joy was going to win for The Queen's Gambit. She did not win. No, nothing. And then Ewan McGregor for Halston. A lot of people thought Paul Bettany should have got it for WandaVision. And then Olivia Colman, who, I mean, nobody's really surprised when Olivia Colman wins.
Where's she from again?
The Crown.
Oh.
But people were really thinking that Emma Corrin from The Crown, who played Princess Diana, was going to win, but it wasn't. It was Olivia Colman. Josh O'Connor did as well. So he won for playing a young Prince Charles, and a lot of people thought that this was once again going to go to Billy Porter for Pose. So that was really a lot of the big upsets from Emmys last night. The show started out with Cedric the Entertainer as host, doing a sort of new version, a tribute to television, but also a tribute to Biz Markie all at the same time.
Ever seen a screen you thought was great? 80 inches on the wall, you white trying to hate.
You do not need to be watching that much TV. You're just wasting your life away.
Wow, everybody's singing, huh?
So on stage is Cedric, LL Cool J, Rita Wilson, Mandy Moore, Anthony Anderson, Tracy Ellis Ross, Billy Porter.
Wow.
Yeah. Seth Rogen, after that, went on stage and said, that was truly insane. I was not expecting that. That was like when I was listening to music with my mom and she knew all the words to WAP. Speaking of
7 days a week, certified free.
Speaking of Seth Rogen, this is Seth handing out an award last night with a very real sort of astute observation about the room.
Good to be here at the Emmy Awards. Let me start by saying there is way too many of us in this little room.
Yes.
What are we doing? They said this was outdoors. It's not. They lied to us. We're in a hermetically sealed tent right now. I would not have come to this. Why is there a roof? It's more important that we have 3 chandeliers than that we make sure we don't kill Eugene Levy tonight. That is what has been decided. This is insane. I went from wiping my groceries to having Paul Bettany sneeze in my face. So, that's a big week. Anyone's going to sneeze in my face, Paul. I want it to be you. All right. That's all the jokes I wrote.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Emmys last night. Really, it was The Crown. It was Ted Lasso.
Yeah.
Mare of Eastwood did very well. A lot of shutouts, a lot of surprises. But Jason Sudeikis picking up a couple of awards as exec producer, and then again for lead actor for Ted Lasso.
I would say that this show is about family. The show is about mentors and teachers. The show is about teammates, and I wouldn't be here without those 3 things in my life. First off, I want to thank my folks, Dan and Kathy. I want to thank my sisters, Kristen and Lindsay. I want to thank my sisters that have been chosen through outside of biology, like Rachel. I want to thank my children, Otis and Daisy. mentors and teachers. I want to thank, people like Mick Napier, folks at Second City, IO, The Annoyance. I want to thank folks at SNL. I want to thank Lauren, who went to go take a dump now. Perfect. He's going to get home. He's going to watch it. He loves watching the Emmys at home. It's fine. It's fine. Which home is the big question.
Damn.
And I want to thank my teammates. I want to thank my teammates that helped make this show. Brendan and Joe, first and foremost, from the get-go. Bill. I want to thank our incredible writing staff. I want to thank our incredible directors. I want to thank my incredible cast. Look, I'm only as good as you guys make me look. So really, it means the world to me to be up here and just be a mirror of what you guys give to me, and we reflect back and forth on each other. So thank you so much.
So good. Also, last night, RuPaul broke the record for the most Emmy wins by a person of color. That's good news there.
Nice.
Love RuPaul. And backstage, so Ewan McGregor won for his portrayal as Halston, which was sort of a surprise to a lot of people because a lot of people didn't think that he was going to win because that was like a very mixed reviewed miniseries. But backstage, he confirmed that the filming portion of the Obi-Wan Kenobi show has wrapped.
We finished our shooting, our series, and it was really, really good fun. I really enjoyed working with Deborah Chow, and I think it will not disappoint. I mean, I think it's going to be good. I had a really good time making it, and worked with some really wonderful people, lovely people, and the new technology that we employed doing it is cool, and it was a different experience than making the original 3 films that I did, and I really, really liked it.
Oh, jeez, it doesn't sound very confident, though. I think it will not disappoint. Right?
It's going to be awesome.
No,
it's going to be awesome.
Play the beginning of that again. That does not sound confident.
Series, and it was really, really good fun. I really enjoyed working with Deborah Chow, and I think it will not disappoint. I mean,
hey, come on, man, you got to pump the tires a little bit harder than that.
I think it will not disappoint?
I think it will not disappoint. You can say, my God, it's going to blow people's minds. It's going to be awesome. You don't say, I think it will not disappoint.
I think it will not disappoint. I mean,
I think because The Mandalorian kind of set that bar.
I don't know, man.
Right? And for the longest time, anytime a Obi-Wan show or movie came up, fans were like, I could do without it.
Yeah. I don't know. I really want the Obi-Wan show. I think there's a story there to tell. What I don't like is when they just do stuff where there's no story to tell. Right? That's what bothers me the most.
Well, according to Obi-Wan himself.
I think it will not disappoint.
I think it will not disappoint.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Apparently, phase 2 of 3 trials of the Pfizer vaccine 2-dose for children ages 5 to 11 showed that it is safe and generated a, quote, robust antibody response. Pfizer said in a news release that these are the first such results released for a U.S. COVID-19 vaccine in that age group. So it looks like Pfizer has done trials 2 of 3, and so we could be looking at the vaccine for people between the ages of 5 and 11.
Wow.
Which is good news for a lot of people.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
On the red carpet, Karamo Brown, is it Karamo Brown? Karamo Brown was doing reporting duties, and Jennifer Coolidge was there. Jennifer Coolidge was in that show, not nominated this year, but I guess maybe it could qualify for next year if they decide, called The White Lotus. But the big story is still what is going on with Legally Blonde 3, because we had Jennifer Coolidge on this show, and I thought she was just like playing coy when we asked her about Legally Blonde 3, because it really sounded like she had no idea what was going on with Legally Blonde 3. And then so Karamo on the red carpet straight up asked Jennifer Coolidge as well about Legally Blonde 3.
you're presenting tonight, and I know Mindy Kaling's going to be here, who's writing Legally Blonde 3.
See, I'm going to corner her. I've never run into her, and I'm going to ask her what's happening with the Legally Blonde script.
What do you hope happens with the script that us as all fans we're hoping as well? But for you, what are you hoping that where the script goes?
I hope Reese and I are running really fast for most of it. We're running from something really fast. You know, I don't know. I don't know what will be this time around, but I just hope it's some like real like fast moving, caper type, that we get into some trouble and stuff.
Wow, so she legit knows nothing.
I don't even know if anybody's talked to Jennifer Coolidge yet about it. Like, I don't get the sense that they've said
she's not in it.
I don't know.
You think?
They can't do Legally Blonde without Jennifer Coolidge, right? But it seems weird to me that she doesn't yet know anything.
Unless she's like the best secret keeper of all time.
Yeah, maybe she is. I don't know. Maybe that could be the case.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Daniel Craig gets emotional while saying goodbye to the rest of the cast and crew on what will be his last James Bond film. Listen to Daniel Craig.
A lot of people here worked on 5 pictures with me, and I know there's a lot of things said about what I think about these films and all of those or whatever, but I've loved every single second of these movies, and especially this one, because I've got up every morning and I've had the chance to work with you guys, and that has been one of the greatest honors of my life.
All right. You gonna watch this last one? Do you like James Bond at all? I never heard you mention James Bond. James Bond is one of those things where everybody, I mean, listen, we all enjoy a James Bond movie, but I've never met any human in my entire life whose favorite movie is a James Bond movie, right? They're just sort of there.
I have never watched a James Bond movie.
You've never seen one James Bond movie?
Not like from beginning to end. Like I've seen bits and pieces. I couldn't tell you which ones.
Right.
I don't even know the names of them.
Like a Daniel Craig James Bond movie, or like a Pierce Brosnan James Bond movie, or a Timothy Dalton James Bond movie?
No,
Sean
never.
Connery James Bond movie? A Roger Moore?
I saw Sean Connery in an Indiana Jones movie.
George Lazenby James Bond movie?
Who?
I'm going back.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, never mind then.
I know Daniel Craig.
Yeah. Okay,
as
he's
James
the most
Bond.
recent.
And then Pierce Brosnan's?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No, not Pierce Morgan. It would have been Pierce Brosnan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know those two guys.
Yeah.
as
Timothy
James
Dalton.
Bond. Who's Timothy? Do I know Timothy Dalton?
You would not know Timothy Dalton. Roger Moore?
Roger Moore.
You don't know Roger Moore. Okay. Moonraker? You ever see Moonraker?
Timothy Dalton. Hold on, I'm still
You ever
on
seen
Timothy Dalton.
For Your Eyes Only?
Timothy Dalton. Oh.
A View to a Kill?
I mean, I've seen him on a poster and stuff.
Yeah.
Who's the other guy you said?
George
Isn't it-
Lazenby? Isn't that
Oh,
what his
yeah,
name
look,
is? The old guy?
here.
George Lazenby?
George L-A-Z-E. I don't know, man.
I'm getting that wrong.
George Lazenby. Bro, this guy's so old. His photo on Google is in black and white.
Come on.
So
what?
How am I going to know who this guy is?
What? Well,
if they
I don't
can't even
know.
have a color photo of him on Google Images.
I don't know. Yeah, George Lazenby, born 1939.
The greatest James Bond of all time.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Dancing with the Stars premiered last night. This was a controversial Dancing with the Stars. Every now and then they throw somebody into the mix that is really there to just get them a little bit of news. And I don't know why Dancing with the Stars wants to be controversial, but they do. Remember when they had Sean Spicer on as a contestant, and everybody,
like 2 years ago,
and everybody really lost their minds over that. Whether he should have that kind of platform and whether he should be rewarded for that.
Wasn't that year also the year that people started rallying behind him and they got him through?
Yeah, because the people are trolls. It's what they did with that guy on Idol all those years ago. Remember that guy?
True. Sanjaya.
Thank
Right?
you. Yeah.
With the hair.
Yeah, they almost ruined the show.
Yeah. Whatever happened to that guy, Sanjaya?
But everything that should have happened, which was nothing, right? But Olivia Jade is sort of this year's Sean Spicer. Olivia Jade, the daughter of Lori Loughlin and Massimo Giannulli, who they, of course, did time and paid a whole bunch of fines for that college admission scandal. They were the ones that paid off USC to get her in. And then when she was in, she would just go on YouTube and talked about how much she hated school. So she has
check out this new makeup I got.
She claims she didn't know what her parents were doing. But then she went on Red Table Talk and was like sort of honest about it and everything. But like, how long do you want her to be like frozen out of the world for? Like, how long does she have to be punished for? Her parents did time already. Like, they've paid the price. So how long should she have to sit and just be in exile?
Apparently not if she's on Dancing with the Stars.
Well, I know,
now.
but people are still pissed. But here's Olivia Jade before the show.
I'm probably best known for being an influencer. Welcome back to another video. But the last few years, I've been, I guess you could say, wrapped up in a scandal.
The ugly truth that admission to college can be bought, bartered, and stolen for some.
After everything happened, I did step back from social media and just soak in what everybody was saying. I'm not trying to pull a pity card, but I just need to move forward and do better.
Ooh. And Matt James, Bachelor Matt James is on there. He showed up to rehearsals in Crocs. Bruh.
Come on.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
Did he really?
I can't even with the Crocs.
These are my dancing shoes. Since I've never done professional dancing, I need the most functional shoe.
Wow.
Okay. However, he sort of crushed it last night.
In the Crocs?
No, he wasn't wearing Crocs when it came to dancing. But he sort of crushed it. Listen to the judge's reaction for Matt James. Oh, right?
Great, Chacha, man. Great job. Great, so charismatic, great performer. That's what you do, man. Good job.
These guys got plenty to give.
Oh.
And you did deliver because you really have a wonderful spontaneous quality. Natural stage presence.
Wow.
Yo, did you see what Bruno was wearing last
They
night?
loved him, yeah.
He looked good.
You think so?
I like that outfit he was wearing last night.
By far my favorite of the night.
Matt James, really?
Like, I was
huh?
watching and I was just like, whoa. Like, he was gyrating those hips. He was doing really well.
It's because he's dancing.
No, but others didn't do that well.
I was watching him, and he was just like moving his feet and his hips. I was just blown away.
It's called Dancing with the Stars. The first word in the name of the show is dancing.
He was doing this weird thing with this woman where they were just like kind of like sashaying around, and their feet were coming down off the ground. They were like moving their hips, and
There
like
was
they were having a
music
lot of fun.
playing.
Dude, they were like doing the whole thing to music. Like, I don't know what I was even watching. It was beautiful, though.
The Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
The L.A. County Department of Public Health was responding to Seth Rogen. Do you remember? So when Seth Rogen on the Emmys, do you still have that? Can we play that real quick? So Seth Rogen went up on the Emmy stage, and I guess he was sort of blown away by how many people there were in such a tight space with a roof.
Good to be here at the Emmy Awards. Let me start by saying there is way too many of us in this little room. What are we doing? They said this was outdoors. It's not. They lied to us. We're in a hermetically sealed tent right now. I would not have come to this.
So here's what the L.A. County health officer had to say. Whether vaccinated or unvaccinated, however, exceptions are made for film, television, and music productions as additional safety modifications are made for the controlled interactions. The Emmy Awards show is a television production, and persons appearing on the show are considered performers. All persons appearing in the audience of the Emmy Awards show were fully vaccinated against COVID-19. Also, public health was informed that each of these persons had a verified negative COVID test 48 hours prior to the show. In addition, production crew, pursuant to whatever requirements, were required to be fully vaccinated and or tested this past week. So they're saying that it's under the rules of like a production, as if they were shooting a movie and these people were performers, and therefore you're allowed to have that many maskless people in one room. Hollywood rules is what it's called. It's called the Hollywood rule. Right?
Different for the rest of us.
Roz and Mocha Q&A.
All right. Gang. Time to answer some questions.
Gang.
Yo, Kim, how are you? It's Roz and Mocha.
I'm good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Is this your first time being on the podcast?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, let's make it extra special for you, girl. What is your question for the room?
So my question is, how have your thoughts changed on being faithful now that you guys are older and both in committed, strong relationships? as compared to when you were young guys?
How have my thoughts changed on being faithful? I mean, they haven't, because you always, even when you were younger, you would still feel terrible. I think being cheated on or cheating on somebody never felt great.
I've only ever had the thought of being faithful in any relationship I've been in. Wait, Kim, are you asking this question because you're going through this right now? Like, are you thinking about this a lot? Are you thinking of cheating?
No.
Or have you been cheated on?
Every relationship I've been cheated on.
Oh, damn. Sorry to hear that.
That's okay. It is what it is. I guess I've just been thinking about this because I read just a recent biography from a pop star who also has a podcast, and how he just talks about how faithful, a true guy he was. But I remember seeing him back in the 80s, and he was married, and he was basically trolling the crowd for women. So it just sort of made me think, I wonder what are people's thoughts? Do they change? Do you become less black and white as you get older because you know that until you walk in somebody else's shoes, you don't know why things happen?
I think what's changed is the world now. There's just... Before, years ago, cheating was stepping out on the person you were with and making out with somebody else or having sex with somebody else. But now there's a whole new world of things that are now debated as to whether they're cheating or not. Is sending a nude to somebody who's not your partner cheating?
Yes,
right?
absolutely.
Like, we didn't have to ask those questions before, but now all of these new things have to be defined as to whether they are cheating or not, and people really have differences of opinions on that.
I believe it's become definitely more fluid. When I was younger, I was very black and white. No, you don't cheat. But as I've gotten older, I guess I'm more gray. Would I cheat? I really hope I wouldn't.
Damn, you hope you wouldn't. You don't even have trust in yourself, Kim. Come on now.
Well, no, it's not but it's the reality.
Yeah.
Because I agree with what Roz, I agree with what you said, that with social media and what have you and Facebook and things where people seem to be reaching out to their past.
So you think there's too many options for temptation?
That's right.
No way. I'm in it. I'm in it to the end.
Yeah, but it's just whether your thoughts on it have changed. Maury, have your thoughts on...
Oh, no, she didn't ask me. She specifically said you
Yeah,
too. So
but
I just feel it would be
well,
inappropriate.
I was
to
afraid
chime
to
in.
ask Maury.
Yeah, because I don't know. First of all, what are, read the question again, because I want to get Maury's opinion on this.
Have your thoughts on being faithful changed as you have become older and in strong, committed relationships as compared to being young men?
Well, I'm still a young man.
So when you were younger, I think that when you're younger, you may feel that cheating will hurt a lot less because maybe you weren't in quite serious relationships, right?
No, but I was cheated on.
You were cheated on.
I saw it happen in front of my eyes.
With what happened?
At a nightclub, they were in the corner making out.
Right.
And then my friend Dave was like, don't worry about it.
So this was a boyfriend?
Yes.
Or just somebody who you thought was your boyfriend?
No, we were together. We slept, remember, in separate beds.
Oh, okay, so you guys were living together, and then you saw him make out with somebody in a club. Have you ever cheated on anyone?
Never.
Okay, what about some of the things that some people would consider to be cheating?
Well, I mean, that's their opinion. Right.
So the question is...
so many options out there
I mean,
now.
it depends on whom you ask.
So the question is that whether your opinions on cheating have changed over the years. So there are obviously new ways that some people would consider certain things to be cheating that you seem to not consider to be cheating, right?
Because if they weren't around to be considered cheating then, all of a sudden they're cheating now?
Well, sure. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a fine line.
Well, no, but you could have always taken a nude and sent it in the mail to somebody.
Sure. Now, in fairness, I've never sent a nude.
Okay. But you've asked for nudes.
Yes.
Right. Right. So is that cheating? Asking for a nude?
I say yes. Kim, what do you think?
I say yes.
Asking for a nude. What about if you don't ask and somebody just sends one and then you reply back with something complimentary?
If it were sent to me,
Yeah.
I'd be like, no thanks.
Okay, well, if you're in the gym and everyone's changing and you specifically go in to look...
Like a perp?
Specifically go in to
Oh my
look.
God. That is next
No,
level.
like you're there
creep.
changing anyway, and you're like, oh, this will be good.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, that's
I've never. First of all, that only works in gay world, right? Like I can't walk into the women's change room and be like, "Wow, this is," you know what I mean? Like that only works in that. That's like gay specific or same sex specific, I guess you could say. But no, I've never gone to the gym and was about to get changed and thought, "Oh, this is going to be good."
Buffet's open,
right? Yeah, I've never thought that. I've never thought that before at all. But no, it's an interesting thing. Have you ever cheated on somebody, Mocha?
Never.
You've never cheated on
Are
somebody.
you lying?
no. Why would I lie?
No, I'm just asking if you're lying.
No. When
No,
I'm
huh?
in a relationship, I'm like committed to that relationship.
Really, huh?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Have you confused, a committed relationship to just dating
guy.
more than one person?
This
No,
guy.
I need someone else.
Dating more than one. Have you ever? What did you say? What did you just ask? Have you ever confused a committed relationship with dating more than one person?
Like if you're at the beginning of a relationship and you're dating a few people,
right?
Did
which ones?
they think you were in a committed relationship and you did not? And you were dating more than one person?
No, I was always, when I dated multiple people, I was always quite upfront about it with people. I never hid. Like if I was sort of seeing a few people at a time, I never made anyone think that this was something that was like only them, just to even just like try and further the relationship or anything like that. I was always open with people. I was always completely honest.
Did they ever ask if they were the better kissers? Like when you're together, like, am I better than Margaret?
I mean, people weren't really too concerned about how well they kissed.
Mm-hmm. They just wanted to kiss.
You know what I mean? Like nobody really cared about how well.
Because I've never been in a
who's the better
situation with more
kisser.
than one, like where you're dating more than one person. So I don't know what that would
But
be
have
like.
you ever been somebody who somebody else is dating
No,
multiple people?
no,
You've never been part of
It
their...
doesn't work in the gay world.
What? Sleeping around?
But with it being committed, or with dating, like sleeping around for sure, but
like
not
no,
dating.
like no guy ever has like 3 boyfriends.
I don't. That doesn't work. The jealousy runs rampant in our community.
You don't know your own people's, bro.
Please.
Like there's jealousy is wild.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I don't know about that. I think that opinions evolve over time. I really do. And when it comes to cheating, I think that the gray areas are often very confusing with people, especially when you've grown up in that world where there's really nothing to it. Like it's just part of life when you're on Snapchat or you're on anything where you get a nude, give a nude. Like oftentimes the currency is so low that it means nothing, and nobody would ever consider that to be cheating. There's a whole generation of people that don't consider that to be cheating.
Exactly.
I hope that answered your question. When you ask for a nude, Maurie, what's your line?
Oh no, there's no lie. It's just like I bet you look really good naked.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Holy. And you don't think that's cheating?
No, it's just a question.
Would Matthew consider that to be cheating? He would absolutely.
So it's
yes, he
cheating.
Would, yes.
No.
Who was the
I
last
mean-
person you said that to? You
I
gave
haven't done
line?
that in a while because
Like, what's a while?
What's a while?
Like I'd say since the beginning of COVID.
So in a year and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. That reset. Damn.
Yeah,
Thank you, Kim.
It's a tricky one, though. It's a tricky one for people.
Appreciate
Take
you.
care, you
and,
guys.
and thank you very much for listening to the podcast.
Yeah, take care.
You too. Bye bye.
Right. Like for me, even just the idea of taking a nude, I have never and I would never.
Yeah.
Right?
No,
Like,
thanks.
I did a whole nude
just-
photo shoot before.
No,
man.
but I mean
risky.
for the purposes of sending it to somebody, though.
No, that was just for some reason my own benefit.
Yeah, no, I could never like lie in bed and just grab my phone and like take a picture down there.
Yeah, no.
And then
I did
and then
once because
decide
someone
to
like
send it.
I did once because somebody and then I took the picture and I'm like, I'm not sending this to anybody.
So what'd you do with it?
Why,
Well, I
'cause they have to
deleted
zoom
it
all the way
because
in?
no, because it just looked awful. I didn't hear what he said.
Jeff said here, perfect follow-up. Jeff says, have you ever been caught in the act of doing something?
Oh, yeah. That first time Catherine caught me sitting to go pee. I'll never forget that.
Oh.
Where I thought that our sex life was over. I thought that was going to be the moment of where she looked at me like I was less.
How
like I
long
was
into
less, like I was
into
less of a
dating
man. Well, we were living together, so we were parents.
Oh, wow.
Because when Catherine got pregnant, right? Like Catherine and I weren't living together, right? Like Catherine got pregnant and then we moved in.
Right.
Right? Like we were not like living together. So we went
not
through.
until after Roxy was born that she caught you sitting on the can?
Yes, correct.
And what'd you say? What was her reaction?
What did you do? But did you close the door till then?
I do, but I don't. Listen, who locks? Who does anything else, right? But she whipped the door open because if she's in the bathroom, I cannot go near the bathroom. But if I'm in the bathroom, she'll whip the door open, throw a couple curlers in her hair, brush her teeth, hip check me out of the way as I'm going to the bathroom, right? Like it's just a free reign when I'm in there.
Later, loser.
Exactly, right? Shut the lights off on her way out and just leaves me sitting there, right? Like it's so embarrassing. It's so embarrassing.
Yeah. But you're most vulnerable.
Yes. Right? And then she'll kiss me. Like she'll kiss me and leave and then shut the lights out.
Yeah.
And like I'm just there, right? Like the cat. But no, the first time she caught me going pee, I really thought that because I was so like just vulnerable and just in a terrible position, right? And you could tell I wasn't going number 2 and it was clearly number 1 and everything else. And I thought that she was going to look differently at a man who sat to pee. And I thought that this was going to be the sort of end to everything.
Did she feel sorry for you?
No, not at all. No, but it didn't matter. It didn't bother her at all. She was cool with it, and I was like, okay, cool. So I'm just going to sit to pee. But no, I've never. She's never walked in on me doing like anything else. No, she has not. She has not ever walked in on me doing anything else.
Damnit Maurie.
Close.
Oh yeah.
Close, but not.
I was caught in it says caught in the act of. I was caught picking my nose while driving.
Well, your dad walked in on you with another guy.
Oh, there's that. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. No,
That's when you found out you were gay.
yeah. There's that.
That trumps picking your nose. Absolutely.
I would say.
And he went to the shower, which is weird because
he had to clean off.
I
Right?
needed the shower.
Yeah,
I'm like, this doesn't seem fair.
Yeah, that's right. You got caught, and then your dad was the one that had to go clean.
Oh no!
And how long after that was it that the two of you actually sat down and have a conversation about it?
Oh, in therapy. It was like 6 months later.
So it was a while.
I lived with my legal guardian, Susie, for a long time.
So you left after that?
With
Was
his
it?
car.
With his car.
Oh no, you took the man's car.
I took the man's car.
Was it that day?
It was that it was right away. I drove and I dropped the guy off.
Yeah.
We came back from comic book shopping.
Right.
And
That's hot.
That's see, thank you. So I dropped him and his comics off at the subway, and then I continued on to Susie.
And then you just stayed at Susie's.
And then he called her saying, "Can I get my car back at least?"
Yeah.
So then we dropped the car off at night, and then went back to her place. And then 6 months later, we went to therapy.
Wow.
He had to get like a mold of his teeth made. He was going through some hell with this.
Like what mold of his teeth made? Why?
Oh, because he was like grinding his teeth.
his
Oh,
teeth
yeah,
at
you
night.
have to say that part. You can't just like.
He's getting new grills put in.
Like, what the hell does that have to do with anything?
He had to get braces.
Yeah.
A retainer put in.
Yeah, my dad found out I was gay, and then he got braces. Okay, cool, man.
I remember there was 1 year, I think it was actually 12 years ago when we first started the show.
Yeah.
And TIFF was taking place here. The other place that you work at, ET Canada, you guys were throwing like this big party in Yorkville, fancy party downtown on at a parking lot that had multi-floors, and on the roof they decorated it real beautiful and like
It was a big
tents
party.
and like there's a red carpet and celebrities were there and this and that. So they were nice enough to invite me, so I showed up and drinking away throughout the evening, and they had like porta potties set up for people to use, and I really had to go. And the porta potty was
Number one or number two?
Number one.
Okay.
So all the porta potties were being used at the time, and I could not wait. So I quickly ducked behind the row of porta potties, and I peed right there. And then I think it was like somebody from ET Canada saw me. I know you don't remember this, but they then not snitch, but they told you that they saw me.
Oh, they did.
Peeing behind.
Oh, yeah. You peed on a porta potty, not in a porta potty, right?
You don't remember them telling you?
Savage. No.
I had to go so bad.
No, I didn't remember that party until Mocha just mentioned it.
Oh, I was there.
Were you?
Yeah.
No idea. No idea.
Me neither. But that was before you worked with us.
But have you
I
ever
didn't
been?
know. I didn't know he was there. Mocha was there until he just said it now.
Have you ever been caught though doing something?
Almost.
Yeah. By who? Mom?
Dad.
Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
caught my
in high
dad
school, maybe?
Yeah. High school, huh? Like a man. Yeah.
I was in high school.
Like, yeah.
And he walked into the room.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, good morning.
Like on the bed, on your knees.
On the bed, laying down.
I don't know. I don't know what your technique is.
Laying down.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's usually sitting in a computer chair.
But those of
Look
us
at Maury.
But what did you do? But
Usually-
what did you do when you didn't have a computer?
Oh, then it was lying on the bed.
Right.
Knees.
I don't know. I don't know.
Rod's giving up his techniques.
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't
His young man
know.
techniques.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then
You-
we never spoke about it.
No.
Not fair. No.
No, but that did he knew though, right?
Oh, he knew.
Yeah.
Absolutely he
Yeah.
knew.
But you
Yeah.
said you walked in on your dad more?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
Did you have to get a mold of your teeth done?
No. No, I was disappointed. Can I just say
You
I
were
was very
disappointed?
No, I was immediately.
Oh my God.
Let me explain. I was just disappointed because I then realized that somehow I was not modeled after him.
What? Oh. Even Shep, what the hell?
Oh. So it's not like father, like son.
No.
Oh.
Yo, big up Frank.
Yeah,
Big up
big up
Frank.
Frank.
Hey.
You ever been caught, Shem? Anybody ever catch you?
No, I actually caught it. So I had a relationship end. This is going to be bad. I had a relationship end because I walked in on my girlfriend having sex with somebody.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was back in.
That's not good at all.
That was back in
You checking
university.
your Google Calendar?
No, that was back in university. We
You
were at
walked in, huh?
Yeah, it was a bad time.
Really?
Did they continue?
Bad time. I don't know. I didn't stick around and find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
my
bad.
old man, when he was married, before he went off to Vietnam, he's one of those guys that just like met a girl, got married. I'll be here for you when you get back, honey. He got back from, I think it was like his first tour, and they had a couple nights of leave, and he was living in California. And I think the story goes that he went to surprise his wife, who they had not been together that long before he shipped out. And he walked up to the second floor of their apartment, and when he walked in, she was in bed with another guy, and he threw him off the balcony.
No!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, and then he left.
That's amazing.
Wait, what happened to the guy?
Yeah, no idea. No idea.
She couldn't wait till he went away to war?
No, he did go away and then came back.
What-
He was
oh,
like,
wait,
he
what-
was
what
like,
floor?
yeah, like the second or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, you may break something.
Yeah, I know the guy didn't die.
Yeah,
right? Like,
yeah,
he didn't die.
Unless he threw him and like he landed like flat, like right on his head.
No. Like there was stuff there. Like he didn't die, but he threw him over the balcony and then left. And then years
wasn't
later,
his fault.
I think that she applied for like divorce or something like that or whatever it was.
Years?
Yeah. Because then he moved. He went back to Vietnam.
Maybe
and
he
then
didn't know that she was
left
with
and-
another guy.
No, he didn't. He had no idea.
So then why throw him out? It's not his fault.
It was his wife.
I know, but he didn't know.
Well, yeah,
You
I
don't know
know,
what
but
they
okay,
knew and what they
listen,
didn't
you're
know.
gonna tell a hothead like 20-year-old fresh back from war
Yeah.
walks in, sees him in bed with his like, no, it's just absolute destruction at that point, right?
Yeah,
like,
completely.
you're John Wick. Like that's just what, right?
Your
Like,
instinct kicks
yeah,
in.
like that's just what happens.
Everything's a battle.
Everything's a battle. But no, he didn't kill a guy. He didn't kill a guy, but I'm sure the guy got hurt.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, which is a terrible story. I don't even know why I told that story right now. Like that story did not age well, huh? You know what I mean? Like that story did not.
All right, let's switch gears
did
then.
not age well.
Mark says here, does Damnit Maurie still have the bag that Roz got him? If so, does he still use it wrong? Or did Roz just end up taking it back?
Yeah, do you still have that bag I got you?
Yeah, I use it every day.
You do, but you
So
still,
hold
you
on,
still,
wait,
you
let's
still
back
use,
up. This is a bag that you got for him for Christmas a couple years ago,
Maury,
right?
Well, Maury makes
birthday?
Maury makes a real good living, right? And been on the show a long time, and it would drive me nuts because every day, like a hobo, Maury would come in here with all his work business in like a plastic shopping bag, right? Drove me crazy, and so
It's a good quality Longos bag.
So don't do that. So for Christmas, was it? Or your
Yes.
birthday? One of those two things. I got more a real good bag, right? Like a really good over-the-shoulder bag. You can put a laptop in it. You can put all your stuff in it. And it used to drive me crazy because Maury used it wrong. Because Maury would never zip it up, and all the stuff was sticking up out of the
Yeah.
top of it, and it just looked messy. All that stuff would fit in there nicely if he just took a couple minutes to just organize the bag every day. But every day he'd come in, and I would see this bag I got him. I spent a lot of money on it, and he's just using it wrong. And I wanted to take it back, right? But no, I didn't take it back, and you still use it every day.
Yeah.
Wrong.
Okay, in fairness, the zipper.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, here we go.
Whoever manufactured it, it's a square zipper. It's not rounded, so sometimes it gets sort of caught. And in order to close it, it takes a lot of effort to get it back straight again.
Maury, this was day one you did this.
Well, I didn't redesign. It was always like from day one. It was a misdesigned zipper.
But yeah, no, he embarrassed me, really. Yeah. It's embarrassing.
Well, it's almost time for like a new one because it's all cracked.
Time for a new one.
It's all it's all cracked.
Go get that bag. Let me see that bag. Go get that bag.
Oh my God.
Right?
Ross, you're going to be so upset, dude.
Why? What's in it? Is it all full of just like
You're
junk?
going to be really,
and like
really
crumbs
upset.
and everything? Is there anything in there you don't want to see, Maury?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Oh.
Oh, really?
No, I'm being honest. Yeah.
Okay. Well, go take the thing out then so we can look at the bag.
What are you hiding in there?
I have notes from therapy.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Can we see those?
Fair.
Why?
Oh, come on, man.
Why
That's
not?
fair.
There you go.
This is a whole. Oh, God.
Yo.
That's a thick book. Why?
Yo, your bag is like so much
There's like-
lighter now.
there's like once you take out all the notes from therapy, it's like a whole new bag.
Wow. Okay, so he's got headphones in here.
Oh God! But no, don't worry about what's in it. Try the zipper. Try this very difficult zipper that Maury says doesn't work. That it's a manufacturing defect.
Okay.
See?
Oh wow, yeah, this is.
It doesn't work.
Oh,
huh?
this side does.
Oh.
There.
Oh.
That
Easy
side works.
peasy.
There's two zippers.
There's two zippers.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
You just that looks like that was no problem.
Okay,
look at
well,
the,
I must have loosened it up or something.
That's a regular.
The condition. There's like cracks on it. Look, some of the leather is missing. There's like dents on it and stuff.
That does it. But isn't that a good looking bag I got?
It's a beautiful bag. Yeah.
Yeah.
I use it every day. I love the
like
bag.
Yeah. What does your therapist think about that bag?
Oh, I don't bring it in. I leave it in the car.
Oh, you do, huh? You leave that in the car? Interesting. So when you write, aren't you?
Your therapist?
No, just please leave that right. No, it's fine right where it is.
Isn't the therapist it's supposed to be the one that writes all the notes?
No, I have homework to do.
You have homework. What kind of homework do you have to do?
Like lessons and stuff.
Do you want to talk about this or no?
No,
you don't have to. You
No,
don't
it's
have to.
fine. Like
I'm not looking. I'm
to-
not looking. Just so you know, I'm not looking. But this is a thick.
Yeah, it's a
book.
thick book. Yeah.
Well, but it's not for one day.
Okay. So what kind of homework did they give you?
You have to just write down your like pros and cons of your feelings, like the good things that happen, and
Right.
weigh them out with the things that upset you during the.
But then what are the exercises that you do in between therapy sessions?
Oh, like things that you could say to yourself, like look in the mirror and be like, I am worthy. And
Do you do that?
I'm supposed to, but
No,
it's too embarrassing to go and do that in the mirror.
But it's just you and your reflection.
Maury, the amount of embarrassing things you've done in front of a mirror. Self-affirmation would be very low on that list.
Facts.
Very low. Very low on that list.
Okay, here. Mel says, what is the thing that you regret doing, but it would not affect your life now? So this is anything that you guys have done.
What is
I think spending so much money early.
Huh?
Like when
Well,
I
you
got
spend all your
no,
money
but I
now.
got like a $5,000 limit credit card, and like I wish that I didn't waste so much.
But that does
money
affect
early.
your life now, though,
Because you're in mad
you
debt.
got into debt years ago, and it's affected your life all throughout the years.
Okay, you go, and then
No, but you know what I mean, though,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. No, for sure. Yeah.
Read the question again.
What is the thing that you regret doing, but it would not affect your life now?
That I regret doing, but it would not. It should be something you regret not doing that wouldn't affect your life.
No, I see what she's saying. Something you did that was horrible then, but really
Yeah.
didn't make any difference now.
Oh God, that is a real tough question.
Well, I know
Like maybe for Roz, like when he got super drunk and woke up on someone's couch.
Which time?
Let me count the ways.
My God, I've woken up in a different city before.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah,
Where did you start the evening? Where did you wake up the next day? Or later that evening, whatever.
Okay. You want it? Okay. I woke up on somebody's couch, right? I woke up on somebody's couch, and I woke up the next morning and called a cab. Diamond Cab is what I called,
Yeah.
right, which is a Toronto cab company.
Did you know this person whose home you woke up?
Sort of.
Okay.
Did you still have your wallet?
Yes, I did. I woke up and I called Diamond Cab, and then I looked for something in the kitchen that had the address of where I was on it, and I found a piece of mail. And I woke up, called Diamond Cab, and then realized that I was in Guelph.
Guelph, Ontario.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you're that far.
Yeah.
From
So you didn't
Toronto.
cross the
From
border.
From Toronto. Yeah, I was pretty far.
Were your pants on?
When I woke up, no.
Great question, Maury.
Yeah, no.
Were you at a girl's house or a guy's house?
No, but a friend was there with me. I didn't even know a friend was there with me too. Two girls. It was like they were roommates, and I was there with a friend.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, we just drove, and I guess that the way that the
drove?
One of them.
Oh, okay,
right?
okay.
Met them in Toronto. They had to go back to Guelph. My buddy's mom lived close to where they lived, so he was just like, "Yeah, let's just go there, and then we can just go to my." There was a whole thing that was planned. I just had no recollection of that.
And then somehow they took your pants off
the night before. What do you mean somehow they took my pants off? First of all, Maury, it was probably a fight as to who was going to take my pants off.
Hey.
Let's just be honest. No, I'm kidding. No, you would not. The pants that I wore back then, Maury, no, you couldn't sleep in those pants. Okay, you would probably need medical attention if you fell asleep in the pants that I used to wear. Absolutely, just super tight and no give and not made of any natural fibers whatsoever. You couldn't sleep in those things. Damn. Yeah.
I remember right before I got my license, I was so eager to drive that anytime my parents would go out and I knew they were going to be out for like a few hours, I would go and get the spare key that they hid for the car that was left at home. And I would take it out and I'd go pick up my friend and we would just like drive around the city. Now, obviously not an experienced driver. There are some dumb things that I did, some wrong moves that I had made on the road. Probably could have killed somebody, probably could have killed myself. But that is, I mean, obviously I regret doing it. Like now that I look back at it, I regret doing it, but it didn't affect my life now because I eventually got my license and I'd follow all the rules of the road.
Yeah, that's a tough one too. That's a tough one because everybody breaks the rules a little bit when you're younger, but you don't realize how dangerous some things were until you get older. You're like, God, I cannot believe I did that, right? I cannot believe I jumped off that thing or tried to climb that other thing or whatever it was. It's terrifying. Terrifying.
Hit us up on Instagram at Kiss925. That is where you will find the picture that reads Ask Roz and Mocha. This is where we get the questions from. And just like Kim, at the beginning of this segment, we will have one of you join us to ask your question. This has been the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Thanks for listening to the Roz and Mocha Show podcast.
Catch the guys live
Weekday mornings from 6 to 10
on Kiss 92.5.
Kiss925.com.
Or download the Kiss 92.5 app.